Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another co-stream of Resident Evil 6. This is Ray of RW Tech. I am joined by Fred, aka Mr. Dead Wars 2012 on Twitch and YouTube, and we're gonna listen. You know, this is a game about viruses that mutate that might have been created in a government lab, and you know, Chris Redfield, has dealt with all this shit. But we legitimately have a Chris Redfield and Mr. Fred, because he is a walking woo flu right now. He's got the good old
I thought you were just gonna say that I'm jacked to fuck, but I know I'm not.
that too. Yeah, no. Yeah, Fred is like ripped. He's got a fucking 12-pack.
I am okay. I haven't been going back to the gym lately because unfortunately recently, as luck would have it, things keep getting in the way. And now officially, like after I had a huge allergy attack, then all of a sudden I came down with this shit. And I'm like, there's no way I have it again. There is no possible way. And then all of a sudden one of my coworkers came down with it and I'm like, oh my God, I did, didn't I? And I get one of the tests and I sent this text to my coworker I'm super sorry, I didn't know, it honestly didn't feel like the last time I had it, it's not nearly as bad. Well, I didn't say that because I didn't want to downplay it, but I felt real shitty. I got somebody sick. I hate that. I forgot to change the stream title. Fuck. Part 2. What should we name this?
Part 2.
I can't name it the Woo Flu Extravaganza. That's an immediate ban, probably.
Oh yeah, I did that on YouTube though. I'll tell you mine in a second. But yours, I would name.
I'm gonna do a Sicko stream.
There you.
Sicko Trem.
I like it.
What? Sicko ST. I can't spell stream. Fuck. I kept hitting T instead of S. Okay, there we go. All right, let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sicko stream. That's the what happens if you stream Star Wars Outlaws.
No, that's just it's like Ipecac. It just as soon as you boot that game, it induces vomiting.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, modern gaming. You know what though? Fucking Marvel vs. Capcom collection looks good. They're doing another Capcom fighting collection with they're bringing, I don't know if you remember Power Stone from back in the day, but that's gonna be part of that collection. It's pretty exciting.
Power Stone.
Ironically, it's this. Yeah, ironically, the Switch is in its last year, but it's getting better support than the newer consoles. An 8-year-old console running mobile hardware has more.
Honestly, at this point, it doesn't surprise me. It I don't even know.
Well, that's the problem. That's what you just said is exactly what happened.
Well, it's they're trying so desperately to balloon these video game budgets to beyond the point of even being feasibly, I don't even know, fiscally
Captain?
Trying to think of the word.
She's leading Neo Umbrella.
Responsible?
Not responsible, advantageous. That's close enough.
Yeah.
Fiscally advantageous, where they earn money instead of losing it.
She's here.
They blow billions of fucking dollars on these things. Meanwhile, because all these games coming out are complete garbage, fucking trash fires, we're seeing a boom on the retro side. We're getting all these remasters and stuff, and it's don't worry, we know what good games are. We just gotta sell you the old one again for $60. But I imagine this Power Stone one probably costs significantly less than that.
Well, it's I think it is $60, but it's 8 or 9.
8 or 9 games. So you're getting actual bang for your buck.
Yeah. Oh, well, the great news is the what is the name of the Yakuza 1 remake they did on
Kiwami.
PS4? Kiwami. Yakuza Kiwami is coming to Switch.
Yeah,
now,
you showed me that earlier.
Yeah, it's $20. The sad thing is it's only digital, but I am tempted just to buy it out of support for showing that the Switch should get more of those games, because I would really love to play those on the go, because those games are so fucking long, especially if you do all the side quests and and stuff. That it's
Wow, it's this fucking level.
and ironically, if they come out with a more powerful Switch, I would rather buy future like a Dragon games on the Nintendo systems because they're less likely to censor shit out of all the major console companies.
Like, at this point, it's like really weird. Like that Nintendo's
like
finally like, you know
reality.
what? Fuck it. You can have your anime cleavage. Hell, we might even show you some titty on occasion. And meanwhile, Sony's like, we have grown past the days when we need some titillation.
If you don't like Concord, it's time to buy Dustborn.
Like I
They-
literally
it's
looked
Dustbin.
up nothing about both of those games. Oh, it's the fucking playground. I've looked up nothing about both of those games. All I know is that they both have very unappealing, like very like obviously like picked from a cookie cutter, like clean slate like characters that are all fat and homogenous and barely even have any distinguishing characteristic except for like a fucking pride flag on their dick. And so like I've just seen pictures of these games and it's like I don't even want knowledge of these things. They look boring. I'm gonna ride on this panda.
Yeah.
Let me ride the panda.
It's better to stay
Oh
ignorant.
god, this panda's leaning back. Oh, I don't like this. Chris, get off the panda.
Reverse cowgirl.
You're not. What's that? Oh, it's Chris. He knows what he did. He knew that panda wasn't letting him ride on him like his son. Nice spring in the bamboo forest. No, this panda's getting nasty.
That was worse than breaking into someone's house and killing their wife with a silencer.
Fuck.
Remember
Wait, yeah, that's how. Isn't that Resi 8?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Resident Evil Village.
I remember not watching much footage about that game. I remember being very confused when like after a whole game of suffering to save your wife, Chris just rocks up with a fucking deagle and bats his fucking wife right in the head. It's like, don't worry, all will be explained. It's just he gets kidnapped.
Have you
He just
played
Shanghai.
7 or 8?
No, unfortunately, I played the demos.
Do you have them in your collection?
I have yet to add them. Hell, I'm surprised
they're-
I even bought I got Resi, I want to say 0, and I got Resi 1, Resi Remake.
Okay, let's move in, but be careful.
I don't know if I have
the
any other
Resident Evil
games.
2 remake is also worth the purchase.
Oh yeah,
Um,
but I almost
Three
kind of
to a
wish
lesser
they,
degree.
I almost kind of wish they released the original too.
you can
You probably still get it.
get it on good old games, but that'd be on PC. But not that your laptop there is like a
But
a gaming computer.
my
But
laptop just
it can
freaks
run
out. It's
that.
like, wait. Oh, I can run this.
no, that could
Oh, all these games look like. No offense, it was a time period. All these games look like garbage. This is great. Damn, soldier. You knock him to the ground, that guy just lights him up.
actually, you said you have a PS2.
Oh yeah, I do. I gotta get new controllers.
you know
for
what
that
you
thing,
do?
though.
Yeah, when you get when you get a little bit of a surplus, get that AV capture card and then just get RE2 for
That
PS1.
might be a while, but I'll give it my best college try. You want to know? I don't know. Like you probably went to like the McDonald's that had like the consoles, like in the little box and the controllers like on
Yeah.
those big rigid things, so nobody would
Oh,
steal
yeah.
them.
Wait, let me just explain to our any younger fans that are below like the age of
There's probably
25.
still
Back in the-
McDonald's that still have consoles.
Well, not most of them. They've made into like these corporate fucking gray monoliths. But back in the day, McDonald's actually used to be a fun place to go to, and they had like a playpen at a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
And then they had like early on for us, because we're in our late 20s, they had N64, but later on they had GameCube, and they were in these like really like colorful 4-player like setups, and they always had like a pretty good like varied selection of like different like first party
Oh yeah.
and really good third party games. It was actually pretty impressive. But
whenever I couldn't go over to a buddy's house, I begged my mom to go to the McDonald's, which would only happen like 1 out of every 20 times I asked. That's mostly because she was hungry. Then we got a PS2.
Well, that was, and by the way, that's where McDonald's is actually like reasonably priced, unlike nowadays where it's like if you use the app and shit, you'd still find some deals.
Yeah.
But like,
you know, I had something I want to say. Do you remember all those controllers on those consoles?
Oh yeah.
All the fucking thumbsticks were fucked up, and all the pads were taken off.
Yeah.
For whatever fucking reason. When I got this PS2 back from my sister, her dip ass husband like decided to tear the frickin' like padding to the thumbsticks off, and I'm like, why would you do this?
You know what's sad? I think I had some spare PS2 controllers, but I ended up selling them to the local gaming store when I was trying to cut down some of my surplus shit. And you know, not that I condone such things, Fred, but can I tell you one of the really cool things you can do with older consoles?
What's that?
And I would be willing to help if you ever got such parts, because I might have already done this. Not that I can confirm. But
did you jailbreak your PS2?
Well, no, GameCube, and you basically, in this mod, basically allows you to keep the disk drive working for physical games, but then you have like this bootloader where you can take your completely legal ROM backups of games you own. So sorry, and put it on a because you know, completely legal, no piracy. Let me just make it clear to everybody: I don't condone such things. I don't condone going on Internet Archive and downloading hundreds of gigabytes of ROM.
You know, all those games that Nintendo refuses to support, except in their little vault where they jerk off onto the fucking like cartridges.
Yeah, which, in all fairness, is their biggest sin, and it pisses me off.
It's like, why are they hoarding it though? I never understood that.
It's legitimately the one thing that like. It's the one thing about them that pisses me off.
There's a first aid spray sitting right here. You need that? Because
it's not even like I'd be willing to give them $5-10 to like have ownership over those older games. It's not, but anyways, completely legal backups. It's a mod chip you solder in, and it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
And you basically can put like and you know, like SD cards are dirt cheap nowadays. So you can get like a fucking 256 gig SD card for like $15 and legitimately put like the majority of the GameCube catalog on there.
And it's probably like by the time you reached like what a modern game's like memory like hog would be, like you would have like probably over 150 games.
Yeah, GameCube games are all under 1.5 gigs because of the weird fucking mini DVD shit they use.
Yeah.
PS2 was mainly 4 gig games, but they had some 8 gig games too.
I actually managed to convince like one of my
back in the day.
I actually managed to convince like one of my neighbors to give me an original like GameCube copy of Tales of Symphonia.
That's a great.
The only problem is the box is all fucked up.
Yeah.
It looks like a cat got to it and pissed all over it, but I'm like, I'm happy I have Tales of Symphonia. I love this game as a kid.
That local gaming store sometimes has extra GameCube like blank cases they'll do for you.
I mean, well, actually, I could probably stand to like replace the case too. It's rough.
Yeah, but I think I told you, but I'll give the viewers a rundown. You know, people talk about licensed like movie games being bad or like anything that's like licensed from like a movie or a game, like a TV show but like there's been like legitimately great James Bond games. Everybody knows the GoldenEye game on N64, but one of the later games was Everything or Nothing, and it came out in like 2004, I think, on GameCube. and I have an extra copy that I'm giving Fred, and it's a great. It's not a first person game. It's actually a third person. It's a third person like story based game.
Yeah.
It's actually considered like the unofficial like swan song for Pierce Brosnan's James Bond.
I hate the fact that like people like started shitting on like Brosnan's like Bond movies because they got like way too over the top and cheesy. Because like have you seen some of the James Bond movies? Some of those get like pretty wacky.
I legitimately like Die Another Day. I know it's a flawed movie, but I still have fun watching it.
Madonna
and, like,
did the opener.
The first two movies he did, GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies, are both like pretty serious films.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple of hammy moments in Tomorrow Never Dies, but like GoldenEye especially, that movie was
like there was a
serious
scene where Pierce is like talking with like I call him Pierce. Fucking 00, like James Bond is talking with Alec 006, I think he was. And like they're in the train. He's got the like Russian like scientist chick who's the Bond girl in that movie. And like Alec is trying to intimidate him, and like he's got the gun to the girl's head. He's like, I don't like 007's like, I don't give a shit. Like, you kidding me? The mission comes first. like there's some dark moments that Pierce gets to have, and I love it.
Well, and the thing is, Die Another Day, like the first act of that movie is a lot more serious than the rest of the film.
Oh, yeah,
and I wouldn't mind it
Pierce
if, like,
I called him Pierce again. James Bond gets put in basically a gulag, and is it North Korea or South Korea in that movie?
Well, technically North Korea where he's in the gulag. That's the but it's a pretty brutal opening. Even like where M is, it's kind of funny because like they played with the motif like a decade before Skyfall, where M basically allows the 00 to be abandoned, and in this case it wasn't the whatever that guy's name is. He's a good actor, Javier or something, that was in No Country for Old Men.
Oh, Javier Bardot,
the villain in Skyfall. Yeah, so like the kind of motif of a 00 being abandoned and allowed to be tortured, like Skyfall definitely executed it better, but like Die Another Day was technically the first Bond film to like experiment with that idea that like M would be, even though she like wouldn't admit it, she kind of had like a love-hate relationship with Bond. Like there's part of her that where she probably cared about Bond, but also she literally would abandon him to die.
Like I said, mission comes first. Like when you have the fate of the world at stake, you can't exactly care about one person.
And here's another thing for the woke fucking poor Cal Arts, poor writing skills crowd that ruined shit. They changed them from a male actor into a female actress with Judi Dench, and they didn't make it about. They did an excellent job doing that. She was an excellent M. Like when people think of M, they think of her because she did such a phenomenal job. But they didn't make every single aspect of her character about the fact that she was a woman.
What like to bring up Die Another Day again? Wasn't there like a stinger at the end of the movie where like M was basically like just caught doing like the virtual like reality thing with Bond, like having like a virtual fantasy with Pierce Brosnan? Like, to be fair, I'd fuck that man. He's hot as fuck.
I still would love to see maybe in a few years if like Hollywood can like get some better fucking script writers.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the. There we go. Help Sherry and Jay. Oh, there's another one on the other side. Okay, I see it. Oh, motherfucker. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to get around this thing. Otherwise, this is gonna take forever.
But, yeah. I would love to see a new James Bond film, but it's with Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan.
That'd be a little bit different.
Pierce Pierce Brosnan's James Bond, but like an older, like rendition where he's like a retired or MIA 00.
Yeah.
And like something happens.
I mean, they're
basically...
pretty much going with Bond is a code name thing after they literally blew Daniel Craig up.
That would have been such a great send-off for him if they didn't pull that fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I honestly thought Spectre wasn't a bad send-off.
Yeah, I know people shit on Spectre.
It was kind of
I thought it was a
milquetoast movie, but it was still Bond. It was still decent. It was still fun.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, I think pretty much everybody would agree that Skyfall was the kind of.
Oh yeah, that was the best. That was the best Daniel Craig movie by far.
That and Casino Royale, I think, are the two that are pretty unanimously well received. Quantum of Solace, before No Time to Die came out, I rewatched all the Craig Bond movies, and Quantum of Solace gets maligned because it's a very like.
Well, it's more action,
kind of
chunky, heavy of the movies.
Yeah, the other problem is it's weirdly cut. Like there's a lot. Like there's like.
Oh, does it have like the what is it? The taken shaky cam.
Well, it's not just that. That's part of it, but it's more so the fact that it's like rapid, like cuts. The action scenes, they don't really feel like doesn't feel like there's a lot of continuity within their own action scenes. Like there's legitimately like a scene in the early part of the movie where he's got the dude that he shot at the Casino Royale in his vehicle, and like there's like one scene where he's like in a church or something and it's collapsing, and there's like 30 different cuts in like 20 seconds. Like every half second there's a different like camera cut, which it makes it look ridiculous. The love interest in that film is pretty good though. That I didn't mind like the idea that he was just in it for revenge. Like I thought that was
like
the other
not to be that guy, but what's wrong with revenge?
Well, the thing is, there is some truth to that corny phrase where
dig two graves,
quest for revenge, dig two graves. But like at the end of the day, sometimes like. Maybe not like pure, just sometimes pure unadulterated revenge is good, but like what makes characters like the Punisher so like appealing to a lot of people is the idea of vengeance, right?
He got shot in the ass. Who shot me?
Even if it's not pure unadulterated revenge, like storylines where there's some type of vengeance, like, which is why I think people like the Punisher as a character before they fucked him up. Because his kind of tagline is vengeance.
Oh yeah.
Which is Batman's tagline too, except he won't kill anybody.
It's like Punisher's whole deal. It isn't like making things better. It's getting even. It's punishing the people who think they're untouchable. And Frank goes after everybody. If he finds out something about you and he can get to you, you are fucked.
Yeah.
Staring gaga at Jake down there.
Captain, we can't let them go.
Our mission is to terminate the BOWs.
But Neo Umbrella is after them.
I said, our mission is to terminate the BOWs.
He's talking like a fucking sleeper cell. Before he's like, I'm drunk, I don't give a shit. Now he's like, we have to kill John Lennon.
Hold on one second. I just want to. I'm just gonna.
Please,
we
go
have
into
to
settings for a
kill
second.
John Lennon.
Oh,
It's what I have to do, Piers. Captain, John Lennon died years ago. What the fuck am I doing out here? Why am I in China?
Is that because he's extremely overrated?
That's just... We have to kill Yoko.
Pisses me off. Can I just say this? Like, when somebody says something's overrated, there's like a group of people that automatically think you're saying it's bad. Like I like when I say
look,
This is
I don't want to burst
I'm
your
not-
bubble, but huffing paint is overrated.
well,
Just doesn't
yes,
give you the
that's-
same contact high as gasoline.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
yeah, there's some cases where you mean it's overrated and it's bad, but like, here's something. Like, I like Skyrim, but in comparison to how like some of the other games I think are as good or if not better, I consider an overrated game. It's still a great game, and I can go back to playing it at any time. But like the fact that it's like legitimately for a lot of especially younger gamers, that's like the only Elder Scrolls they know of. Like it puts it on a higher pedestal than it necessarily deserves, because like Oblivion, in my opinion, even though there's some like the flaws that Oblivion has, Skyrim doesn't have, but then the flaws that Skyrim has, a lot of the case, in a lot of the ways Oblivion doesn't have. So
Yeah.
like, but it's a game that like, if you talk to a Zoomer that's like under the age of like 25, and when you're like, hey, did you ever play Oblivion? What? What's that? What? Well,
Look.
if you ever look at that copy of fucking Skyrim, it says Elder Scrolls V.
Look, I'm
Yeah,
just
what's
saying
V?
Skyrim
Oh.
has a lot more mods than Oblivion.
Yeah.
Modability is just way better.
Well, by that stretch Fallout 4.
That's no way to go out.
I can point your fucking gun. You just flagged the shit out of me with that shotgun, buddy. I'm checking out the dead body, and the fucking soldier's like right next to me, like, that's no way to go out. Puts the barrel right up to my chin. And it's like, yeah, okay, calm down, dude. Oh, there's a fucking snake thing over here.
I was about to hit that with a grenade launcher.
Yeah, you shot it with an anti-material rifle.
Well, so, and then people talk about underrated, which is a worthwhile discussion. But I also think there's an important metric that this game falls in, which is overhated.
Yeah, this game
is
isn't nearly as
overhated.
bad as people say. It's just the story is just fucking squirrel shit nutty bonkers.
Yeah, this is the Twin Snakes of the
It
Resident
literally
Evil
is the
series.
Twin Snakes of the Resident Evil franchise. People have a lot of
Another
love for that game, and like I know, like Metal Gear purists who are like, it never happened, doesn't exist. Shut up, shut up.
Which I don't get, because Kojima legitimately signed off on
Well,
that. and
Kojima actually made it that way. He looked at the cutscenes that the guy was making, and he's like, "Well, aren't you like this like action movie director? What do you mean? Make it yourself. Like, don't do what I did. Fucking go crazy."
Yeah.
That's why it's like
Yeah,
that.
The target.
And I actually find that story kind of charming if it's true.
itself.
Fortunately, a lot of stuff that's coming out is bullshit these days. I don't know what to trust.
It's like finding a piece of gold in like a pile of shit.
Pretty much.
Gaming.
You're
Like,
just chewing through the brown piece and you find that nugget of kernel of corn. Is that too disgusting?
well, it's sort but just to say, that was the case with Atari in 1983. There was good games, but there was so much bad that it just outweighed the sustainability of industry.
No! He's mine to 4! I need the protein hit!
The forbidden fleshlight.
Oh god. Have you ever been inside another man, Piers? Not since college, sir. Not like that.
These are my men. You follow my lead, or I'll find someone who will.
Why are you a robot now? Punch him!
Is this Chris Redfield's real anger? It's not PTSD. It's just extremely repressed homosexuality. Like he's like Nick Fuentes level coping.
He's just confused. He's telling people to vote for Kamala, even though he's full of shit.
To drop this thing if we can't even see
He's
it.
he's
Shut
a
up and
white
keep
dude
moving.
for Harris. I don't know if you've heard of that fucking movement.
God, Jesus, just fucking get fucking race out of shit already. It doesn't need to be a fucking thing anymore. Like, God, like, I remember it was so beautiful back when we were going to high school, and like pretty much everybody was just sitting with each other, shooting the shit. Nobody really fucking talked about race. Nobody even pretty much like even acknowledged that people look different from each other. We were just going to class, hating
friends,
school.
Like, other than like friends, like making like jokes, like self-defacing jokes to one another and shit. Like that was the only, like it was basically like Dave Chappelle, like and by the way, like the jokes were like edgy, but it was like all in good fun. Like nobody, like people would like roast the shit out of each other. But,
No,
like, you know what I mean?
It wasn't that there was no racism. You were just colorblind to your bigotry. No, fuck you, dude. There was no racism. Like, because we were just children going to school and nobody gave a shit. There was no money involved for people to take advantage of race baiting. Shut up. Stop lying.
It was kind of a blessing we went when we did.
Because I'd like to think I'm more open-minded than most.
Well, even like the funny part is like I thought when I was going to college it was like the worst of it with like the fucking SJW shit.
Yeah.
But like it's almost nostalgic to look back at like how much.
How wistfully you look back and ask yourself, "Ah, man, how did this turn into this? How did it get so much worse?"
What was that? I always think back to Sarkeesian and that one time on our old channel Game Blather where we it wasn't Sarkeesian, but it was like I don't know if the guy was like fucking her or like
fucking
the one guy was it Jonathan McIntosh?
Oh jeez, yeah,
remember that?
That's a blast from the past. The self-deprecating douchebag who couldn't help but flagellate at every turn, and it's like, dude, just fuck it. Come on, you could do so much better. You are a wet-sopping pussy, but you could still do so much better for yourself.
Well, she did marry herself.
Oh, fuck me. I don't want to fucking make fun of a woman like who's past the point of menopause, who's probably going through some mental shit that I couldn't even comprehend.
Hold your position. Do you hear me? That's an
order.
Bitch,
you made your bed. Sleep in it.
Well, I can give you the mental aspect of it. Not that I'm trying to play armchair psychologist, but I'm just about to. It's the woman who wants to. I'm not saying that every woman that doesn't have kids is like this. I'm just saying that there is a subsection of those women that don't have kids that have this issue. It's not all of them. Let me make that clear. But like, there is this subsection of women. There's this subsection of women who like are like, oh, I'm not having kids. They're emotional parasites. That's patriarchy. And then once the eggs stop coming out, then they're oh, I wish I would have had kids.
Yeah.
Because like legitimately, like the data shows that a lot of those women end up regretting it later in life.
Well, it's like you have this biological function, which don't try to say biological function is not a determining factor for why we fucking do things. We want to eat, sleep, shit, and fuck all the time. We just suppress most of those animalistic urges because we're a little more complex than, just
we live
monkeys.
in a society.
But, like, you'd be lying to yourself. Like, if you deny one of those urges and feel bad about it, that, like, you kind of did it to yourself. Like, you only have yourself to blame, so regretting it is kind of, like, just defeats the purpose of, like, making your stand. Just fucking own it. I don't care. Like, if you're gonna make this big ol' spiel, but, like, I'll still know that you're lying.
Nursing home age. It's when they get to the point where they have to start thinking about a nursing home, and then there's like legitimately, like, because they probably shut off all their family and everything.
Well, it's like the biggest thing that's a disappointment to me is like, I don't know about you, but I am fucking dirt poor, and I actually had an existential crisis today when I took the COVID test, and like I'm only out of work for a day basically. Because I already had the weekend off and I go back Monday. But, like, I was literally thinking about this on my ride home, and it's like, if my parents ever lose the ability to work, I don't think I can afford to take care of them because of how little, like, my fucking job and the lovely state that we live in like how it completely refuses to pay anybody a living fucking wage unless unless you get into a union and get in deep and tight, or you get a scholarship that's actually worth a damn without wasting all your money and failing to get a job for said scholarship.
Yeah. No, it's not good. I mean, like, and that's pretty much every person outside of, like, the upper echelons of wealth.
Yeah, this is legit a thought that scared me on the ride home today. I was like, what am I going to do when I'm, like, pushing 50 and my parents are in their 90s?
You killed my men!
Yeah.
That's all you care about? Well, actually, it's a good thing to care about this time, Chris. But it's like, what am I going to do when I can't take care of them? Like, how am I going to pay them back for all the stuff they were able to do for me?
Well, we gotta hope that, like, by that point there'll be either just.
And I know, like, my parents aren't the kinds of people who expect that kind of shit from me, but it's like, I still want to try to take care of them. I want them to go into their golden years like nothing ever happened and they never aged.
Yeah. It's sadly too, like, our society has kind of forgotten about the fact that, like, in the past, like, well, then, like, here, let me make a comparison, like, modern countries like Japan, like, that sense of, like, duty and, like, especially, like, parents and stuff, that's still an important part of their society. This society, and I like individualism, but there is an element of it that I don't like in our modern society, where it's like, oh yeah, you can just, like, completely forget, you can just completely forgo,
get, like, yours, fuck everybody else.
Yeah, and it's like, I know some people,
I don't
like,
know how to live like that.
Yeah, no, but there are people that do that, and I don't know how they do it. And it's like, this
going in the slime hole.
Country's economic situation is so. I'm gonna save you with the grenade launcher.
Thank you. Like, no shrapnel hurt me.
Even people that you consider to be, like, in the upper part of the middle class, like, I'm talking people that make, like, 6 figures, which is not me. I'm like lower middle, but middle class, I guess you could say. Like, I'm okay, but it's not, like, great. But like people that, like, make 6 figures but aren't, like, extremely rich, but just are able to, like, you know, the kind of people that can buy, like, nice cars and, like, live in a reasonably nice house and send their kids to college with their own money. Like, even those people have gotten fucked in the past few years because of the tax rates. It's like the only people that are truly benefiting are, like, not to sound like a fucking socialist, but, like, the millionaires, the billionaires.
Well, it's they're trying to, like, I hate to be, like, conspiracy theory nut right now, but it's literally what I've been seeing my entire life. They're trying to destroy the middle class and make basically the lower class a wage slave, like, unit of workers who just drop dead on a whim, and then you just chuck them into the Soylent Green machine. And they're trying to completely, like, destroy the idea of the American dream. There's no white picket fence. There's no house anymore. You own an apartment. You're fucking flat screen, maybe one console with one game, and you like it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, there's a lot of people that are, like, throughout life, they might grow up, like, in a poor situation, but then they, like, attain, like, some level of being middle class.
Yeah.
But then it could be like a roller coaster. But, like, there's not even that roller coaster anymore. Like, oh yeah, we have some money and now we don't have some money. It's like legitimately, everybody's gonna be in a situation where, like, they don't have money. And the other problem is, it's not even that there's a lack of money. There's a lack of ownership. Like, people don't know.
Like everything is either rent to own or rent these days. Like, it's actually shocking.
And I gotta tell you what generation gets the blame for that. It's the fucking baby boomers, because they're legitimately. I mean, obviously there's exceptions to it, but like, as a generation,
there's always exceptions
they have,
to the rule.
Of course. But as a whole, as a generation, they've been the one generation that has not, like, has not ensured that their, like, children or grandchildren.
Well, they pretty much, like, they got everything given to them by their fucking parents who suffered and died for them. Oh God!
In World War II. Yep.
Yeah, but like pretty much got everything from people who suffered and died for them. Never would understand what that sacrifice would even like mean to them if they had to do the same thing. And they took all the wealth, they burned it all, and they looked at their next generation after popping out like 6 fucking kids, and they're like, "Well, I don't know what happened to it. I guess you're just gonna have to find your own."
Yeah.
I was supposed to get an
Oh, yeah,
inheritance from you, asshole. No,
back in my
that's
day-
not how it works. I earned all this myself. You didn't earn
I
shit.
worked
You got
2
this from your
jobs.
parents.
Yeah. Well, and then they'll come up with these analogies. Oh, I worked 2 jobs back in my day, and oh, I went to college and paid for it on my own. Oh, you mean when the house was fucking $8,000 and college was $400 a semester?
Yeah.
Like,
It's hard as tough
and
for
you know,
something.
there's this dude on he does like YouTube Shorts, and he's like gone through like the boomer arguments of like housing, and like he said like essentially, if you match up the inflation and current interest rate with houses, you would have to have 3 jobs here, 3 more jobs than what the average boomer worked back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like if you matched up inflation and shit. So like legitimately for them, it was like 3 times easier for them to be able to get into a house.
Oh yeah, they got
And not only that,
given a
houses back then
shitload.
were
It's
better
crazy.
built.
Oh, I didn't even
Yeah.
mean to do that.
Marco, power this
It worked
thing
out though.
Well, I guess it did. Yeah, get it, Marco. He'll survive to the end of this. No, Marco! Oh God, Marco!
He's the Carmine of the
Oh, you cheeky motherfucker, you! All right, one of us is gonna have to lead him through the damn thing.
Oh, would you like to be the guinea pig?
So, yeah, only if you volunteer me.
Look at that.
You get it, you oversized penis.
All right.
We did it. We've tried that son.
Hey, Marco's alive. You doing okay?
Yeah, well-
I just got like over 100 joules to the heart, but I think I'm gonna be okay.
My dominatrix hits me more voltage.
Is it weird to pee and poop yourself at the same time? And is it weird that I'm not able to stop even as I'm lifting you, you 200-pound grown man?
Only if you're the current president of the United States.
Trust me, I only got you a little sticky.
Ugh.
Medical.
All right.
Sorry, I had a bad habit of
Is it
sticking
fetish?
forks in light sockets as a kid.
Well,
Did you really?
No,
at least we got it.
but I did.
Yeah.
Thinking I was a cool Jedi dressed up in a bathrobe with
We're
some
not gonna rest
wool
until we have
gloves.
her head on a
I accidentally
stick.
broke a nightlight in my childhood home's hallway. I was fucking around with a bulb, and I grabbed the 2 ends that had the filament on it,
Boy.
put them together, and I felt
Jesus.
a snap because it was still plugged into the wall. I'm so shocked that I never fucking killed myself as a kid.
Well, the nice thing about American voltage is it's a nice 120. Had you done that with a British
This is
fucking
crazy.
voltage, you would be
Pull
a
out.
yeah.
Captain!
Looking for me, boys?
Yeah, I mean, no.
I am looking. You know what?
Are
I
you
don't
doing
care
okay,
that you're
Marco? Or are
crazy.
you gonna go all gooey? Oh, he's going gooey. Oh.
Wait! We've got no choice. We have to kill him. He'd do the same for us.
Yeah, but he's not dead yet. Look. Marco always loved honeybees. Oh god, those aren't honeybees at all.
Marco!
Hey,
Stop.
if a pinata's too boring, if a pinata's too boring for your child's birthday celebrations, then get a one of these.
That was easy. What the? What? What you did? Oh.
I didn't mean to do that.
I look at Marco's corpse, meanwhile you're writhing in pain from bug bites on the ground.
Sir, I'm allergic to these.
Please help me! Kick me in the shit. Dang it! C4 isn't as soft as I thought it was. Now I got this punched brick and explosives. It's a shame that happened to Marco, too.
Well, he died for the cause. I mean, eventually this Umbrella Corporation and their crimes are going to be put away, right? This isn't going to continue on for another whole decade, is it?
No, it's not like it's a Ouroboros constantly eating ass.
Fucking Resident Evil 9, fucking Chris Redfield's in a nursing home fighting fucking...
Chris Redfield's in a nursing home just pulling his fucking hair out because there's a new umbrella that came to light. He's like, I don't think I can do enough steroids to fight this thing.
Stay calm.
Leon Kennedy's president.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing. Oh please, Capcom, can we get a game where Leon president-y?
Isn't gonna get us anywhere.
Hey, that's a Hideo Kojima naming convention right there. This is Leon president.
I am Leon president-y. No relation to the actual Kennedys. Please don't shoot my head off. Oh, we're having a moment.
Look at the tension here, Fred.
I actually do like to see in a schlocky, like, action movie way.
Yeah.
Now kiss.
If only Chris Redfield got this pep talk before the events of Resident Evil 8.
I think him getting this pep talk in this game like makes him like go into Resident Evil 8 the way he did.
Whether you want them to or not.
Looking like shoveled Russell Crowe.
A little bit. I am a little disappointed that like Capcom got rid of Roger Craig Smith as the voice actor for Chris and 8.
We've got the location for you. Ada Wong has
Oh,
left
yeah.
the city and is
Well,
heading
it's because
I
Capcom
forgot
doesn't
it was
want to do
Roger.
any fucking VAs that are unionized. And I'm pretty sure they started with that. It's just a shame because Roger Craig Smith is an amazing actor. Oh,
Yeah.
weird side tangent. I just found out who fucking BJ Blazkowicz played another guy in.
Yeah?
Yeah, like
Make sure you stay out of my way.
As long as you don't cross the line again.
my
that
brain's
won't be
farting. What's the guy's fucking name?
When are you gonna realize
Brian Bloom.
that?
Brian Bloom, also known for doing the voice of Kane and Lynch, and BJ Blazkowicz in the Wolfenstein games, New Order, New Colossus, and we don't talk about any of the others.
Yeah. We barely talk about New Colossus because that game was the writing on the wall for the
It was
series.
so disappointing though, because we were so close. But of
Well,
course, we can't have
And
nice things.
to be somewhat generous, it is a mixed bag.
Yeah.
It's not pure shit. It's more of like
It's a sprinkling of shit.
So like imagine like a really hot chick, but she just has like a unremovable like foul ass odor that just cannot go away. Like it's just part of the package. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but funny enough, like I found, like I was listening to a Darkness retrospective, kind of a review, I guess you could call it. But Brian Bloom was the voice of Jackie Estacado in 2, The Darkness 2. Like as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, "That's fucking Kane."
Hey, what happened to that series? Did they just fucking? How did you get over there, by the way?
Oh, I jumped on a boat, but they pretty much killed it with a lot of things on the 7th generation. It was super weird that time frame. Like they were actually willing to like bring back old franchises, but only to like fucking kind of give them support, make a decent game. But since it was an okay game, instead of a completely shit game, they're like, let's not support this anymore.
Well, I'll tell you a game that I think people
They're a fucker.
often like deride. I'll tell you a game that often gets like mixed reviews, but I actually thoroughly enjoyed it growing up. Was the I guess reboot of the Bionic Commando series.
Oh, that one was weird. Cause I remember playing like the demo for it. But like the thing about the demo is it had the multiplayer mode where you just Spider-Man'd around and like fought people with other people with grappling hooks.
I don't know. I thought it was a very fun kind of. It wasn't like the best game ever,
Yeah.
but I'm actually tempted at some point just to like play through it again on the my channel. But I will say the more proper like just remake of NES games, Bionic Commando Rearmed, that's like legitimately just a good game. Like it's like nobody has any complaints about that because it's great. But I that game got like 6, 7, 8s back in the day, and that's like by the time that like. Unfortunately, when like a place like IGN gives something a 7, it's off. The problem is it's often a game that's like overlooked because like everybody thinks a 7 is bad because IGN basically uses it as like a mediocre score when in reality it's not always the case.
No, it's hatching. Oh shit! Run, Ray. You know that's supposed to be our boss weapon, right?
Yeah. I gotta tell you something. I still have 1 round left of this grenade launcher.
You just biff 2 giant hulks with a grenade launcher.
And I'll tell you another thing. I'm gonna melee the shit out of that boss.
Nice. Come running up with it, your dukes up and your knife out.
Well, I think at one point in one of our streams we talked about Furiosa.
Yeah.
Can I say something that, like, if you've seen the movie is kind of a spoiler, but, like, without the context, it's not? Can I just say something?
Yeah.
We're sitting ducks out here. We need to find cover.
Oh, it's this fucking part.
Let me say this, because it's not really it doesn't really spoil anything until you see the movie.
Okay.
I appreciate an action movie where if somebody gets like pistol whipped enough, it actually causes serious damage.
Yeah.
Because so many times, like someone gets like beat in the head with a fucking steel fucking weapon in the fucking head, and there's no damage. I actually appreciate when a movie shows someone getting pistol whipped 5 or 6 times and they start fucking convulsing.
Yeah.
Because guess what? In real life, if somebody got hit in their fucking head really hard with a pistol 5 or 6 times, they'd probably start convulsing.
Yeah. Well, another one that I always get like kind of annoyed with. Like you always got like the plucky hero who's fighting through all the odds, and then they just get winged in the shoulder, like barely even a graze.
Yeah.
Not really any damage to speak of. Nothing serious. At least.
It's almost like video game
Oh
logic.
god damn it!
Do you not know how to swim?
I'm sorry. All my muscles weighed me down. This is why I don't like this part. We literally have to get to that last part before the frickin' helicopter decides to sink that boat. Otherwise, we lose.
What a cool set piece, though, even though
It
it's
is
kind of ham-fisted.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. Also, this kind of goes into the fact that, like, in the more decent, like, Star Wars shit that's come out, like Mandalorian, the fact that they've ruined, like, lightsaber physics to, which, like, even, like, the prequel
Well, they
movies
pretty
did a
much
job representing.
ruined everything.
Yeah. But the fact that, like, what was considered to be a very, like, even though, like, kind of outdated, but incredibly deadly weapon like the lightsaber has basically become, like, oh, yeah, if a character has enough plot armor, they can get, like, they would have been mortally wounded in the previous games. But, like, Or not
We need to reach
fucking...
that building.
Come on! You stupid fuck!
God damn it!
That was me. That was me this time. There's a stupid fucking bipedal fucking...
Fucking cricket
creature in the
monster.
game.
Oh god. This is the only thing I hate about Chris's part. God, it's so finicky to get the button presses to climb up on shit. And if you're too slow, you just die.
It's almost like that one Devil May Cry game with all the quick time events.
Which one are you talking about?
Wasn't it a Devil May Cry game? Like the reboot one that came out?
Are you
that
talking about
everybody hated
DMC? I didn't even know that one even
Yeah.
had like severe issues with like quick time events.
I could have sworn it was that game.
I remember
It
the
was
one
definitely-
infamous
it was-
one from Resi 4 when you're fighting what's his fucking
Yeah.
name? The Russian.
Oh
we need
yeah.
to reach that building.
Okay, I made it. Now you gotta make it. Dang it!
That was like 1 second on. That was okay.
I should
I
have just
feel-
ran for the goal. Maybe it would have teleported you.
Probably would have. Didn't Devil May Cry 5 kind of fix the problems people had with that game now, to some degree?
I mean,
You gotta be kidding me.
DMC 5 fixed everything by just being a genuinely really good sequel to
Yeah.
Devil May Cry.
I
4.
had that game. I've just never fucking played it. That's a series I really need to give some attention to because I know.
I can't
know
tell
it-
you how many times I've listened to that soundtrack on repeat.
Oh yeah, it's got a
Like,
great soundtrack.
Even the main track for like Dante, which people say is like kind of the most like middling of all the like tracks on the game, but like I don't think so. It's just genuinely good music. God damn it!
I don't know how I'm not keep. The problem is let's time the point where we just run, so then that way because
Alright.
it seems like for some
We
reason
go at the
I
drop of now.
Alright.
Oh, of course! Oh, I get hit by a rocket this time.
Well, that's what happened to me every time. We both gotta manage to avoid the rocket.
Well, it's like the biggest issue is the rockets like stagger you,
Don't talk, just run.
and like the more you get God damn it! It's like speedrun strats gone wrong. Like the more you get staggered, the more time gets eaten up, and if you don't get to a certain point before the helicopter meets you there, you're fucked.
I'm pressing the buttons. I'm pressing the buttons. It's the game. Oh, the camera's on.
I hope you're right on my ass, Ray. Otherwise, I don't think we're making it out of Shanghai.
I think it's gonna be one of those sections, Fred.
These crickets, the crickets. We're dead.
We
This
can
is how
just
it
get to
ends.
that building.
Fuck! It's so comical the way your guy just like kind of fucking dunks into the water and then instantly smash cuts to the cutscene of them drowning. God fucking damn it! Sprint all the way. You know what?
You gotta be kidding me. Don't talk, just run.
What the fuck are you doing, Chris? On in a straight fucking line in another direction, you fucking overly grown baby. Alright, it's time.
It
was a firefight!
We can
Just
just
run.
get to that building.
Just run. We got it. We got it. Holy shit.
Alpha to HQ.
Oh,
Got a visual on
oh
Eva.
wow.
gong.
Yeah, you fucking roll into the gong and it's just like, wow.
801 has been spotted moving down the canal. Charlie
You
and Delta
fucking
teams, former
You
paragon.
Capcom motherfuckers, you knew what you were doing.
All right, we can
You
drop
knew that was way too hard.
Yeah, you know, I kind of regret using all of my grenade
Oh,
rifle
you
ammo.
think? Fucking shit. Oh, no. So, fuck me. We gotta shoot this thing down now. We do, don't we?
I have to give our characters credit. If I got hit with helicopter fucking minigun rounds, I don't think
God
I'd
damn.
get up to these. Do you just shoot the helicopter anywhere, or is it like a...
Yeah, just shoot it anywhere. It feels it. It's already smoking. It's feeling stressed. Needs a post-coitus cigarette. You fucking bastard!
It's smoking more than a British sailor smoking the British euphemism for a British cigarette.
A bag?
Let's go.
Jeff Bezos
Yay!
is gonna be knocking on your
Boat's
door.
on fire!
Well,
Oh, the bosses have explosives in it. Jesus.
this is the
Oh no, the
that's
seafood
happened.
boat. No.
That. Now we get
Yeah,
Ada.
there's a joke to be had there about Islam. Oh, sorry. Who on the nose?
I might need that joke explained to me. I actually don't know what you mean.
Oh,
There weren't any.
I was just
There
saying-
wasn't any poor or small children on that boat. What do you mean?
oh, I say no, like the explosion aspect of it.
Yeah.
That was a little bit too on the nose, I think.
What, my pork and small children bit wasn't?
That, well, hey, you know, I don't want to have a fatwa shootout against me, so I'm just gonna move on. Do you know what a fatwa is? That's for the Ayatollah of Iran. If you're like say something disparaging about Islam, they basically say.
Use this man.
Yes.
Fuck it, bring it
Which,
on. I want to be an
ultimate-
American martyr.
The ultimate hilarious part is it's called a fatwa because it almost sounds like
Farwad.
a Muslim man having. Well, it almost sounds like a Muslim man having a stroke about to say fat twat or something, but he's I'll
You
twat.
must kill this fat twat.
Oh no!
He's a big old fat twat.
Yes.
Think this is where they've been developing the C virus?
Oh, we're doing stereotypical
The sea virus!
Indian accents.
We're in China, and there's a fucking sea virus.
Could be corona. Speaking of, yeah, it's still suffering. But it legit is not as bad as the like first additional strain, like the original strain that I got like back at the beginning of the pandemic. Which is why I was so confused. Like when all of a sudden, like one of my coworkers came down sick with it, I was like, "This can't be it, can it?" I mean, I know I can spread any old virus to other people, but
No use hiding, Ada.
she specifically said COVID. Then I kind of shit myself.
Let me know if you have a weird propensity for. Well, you already like spicy stuff, but let me know if you have like a weird like
The elevator.
craving for spicy
Oh, God,
food,
this
and then
part.
like a.
Don't get hit by the waves.
Glad you could stop in.
Can you please tug on both sides of that boob window so I can get a vision into the golden prize inside?
Laugh while you can, Ada. Because you're going down.
Oh come on!
Can I abandon my partner? Oh shit. Oh good, you're on the ground. I don't think we're gonna be beating Leon to the top this time. Oh, now I'm getting hit. Oh, fuck's sake!
I'm dead. Oh, I'm gonna do better this. It's just the slide controls in this game are just really fucking strange.
No use hiding, Ada.
You know how every other game just has like a dedicated slide button?
You run as fast as you can, and you wipe your butt on the floor when you hit the trigger.
And it's okay, left trigger, yep.
Glad you could stop.
Do you know the things that I'd let her do to
What
me?
I've done with the place.
It's probably shorter than the list that I would let her do to me. There's some unholy things I would let that woman do to me for no other reason than to say, hey, I did, you didn't, fuck you.
Ah, this is the Metal Gear Solid elevator. Colonel. What's the Hind D doing here?
I remember we actually fucked that like part up, like when we were trying to do the Leon like side of it. So this is actually pretty fitting. Oh god, that reminds me. This is the
that's
fucking
right.
Roomba room. Well, don't collect all the collectibles. We earned them.
Oh, are you saying we might need some like ammo and collectibles?
I'm saying
That's
$2
a
grand worth of points is a pretty good deal.
I
Take the
could,
butt.
I could benefit from $2 grand right now.
Oh god. My Nvidia stocks are actually doing real fucking well. Hey, if you ever want to invest in anything, computer parts, they'll never go out of stock.
Hey, you're telling me that the company that makes like the most advanced AI chips in the world right now is doing pretty well for it?
Or hard. But yes.
Well, that's the,
Oh, and
no,
also
that is
look
the
up
crazy.
whatever Nancy Pelosi invests in. Invest in that.
Oh, yeah.
You'll make back money.
Yeah.
I invested like in one of her holding firms, and like I've actually like
Yeah.
made a little bit of cash on that too.
You'll basically become an 80-year-old woman with
We're
a
locked in.
secretly gay husband who gets hit in the head with a hammer.
Oh, look, you can see
and
Leon.
allegedly secretly gay.
Yeah.
Ah, God, I hate the fucking Roomba room.
Yeah.
We've been conducting
Ow.
fascinating work here. Why don't you have some fun with one of the new prototypes?
Her little bag of tricks isn't going to stop us.
Okay, there you go.
Keep knocking them back to the other side.
The crazy part about Nvidia though is, you know, you look at its history and they just started out making fucking graphics cards and like, the funny thing is they started putting like the AI shit in their graphics cards a few years ago, but it becomes such a huge, like it basically as soon as their graphics cards started getting those features, then they realized, oh, we could use this for like all the shit that people are coming up with like ChatGPT and shit, and now every company like fucking,
Security breach detected in room
it's
1.
crazy. By the way, that's the one thing Nintendo's got going for them, because
Security
the
breach
Xbox and
detected in
PlayStation
room
don't use
0.
Nvidia chips, they use AMD, which are good, but Nvidia has way better AI shit. So like the Switch is actually going to benefit from that because it'll basically allow them to like upscale shit.
I'm just gonna walk on
DLSS,
these things. I'm just gonna walk on them.
It's like
Fuck these
it's
fucking
like stepping on-
landmines. Fuck
Hey,
these Roombas.
Hey, it's like it's like stepping on Legos, you know?
Security breach detected.
Well, it's like I can, if I keep moving, like they're not gonna blow up on me.
Disengaging locks in room 1.
Oh, did that? God damn it! Did we just?
Let's move. There's no time to waste.
Oh, did we get through first?
Doesn't want us to catch Ada.
Oh hell yeah!
Be working alone.
Yay! The timeline's consistent. We beat our past selves. All right, time to collect all these points. Yum yum.
Okay.
Anything else?
Money.
Oh, there is something to do.
Money.
4 grand and 2 5 grands. Nice.
Yeah, I by the way, I wouldn't mind that in real life right now.
Oh God. If I just walked down the street one day and saw like a gray case and opened it up and it's just some treasured item
It's over.
from God knows where that costs like $5,000 fucking dollars, I don't even know what I'd do with myself. I'd probably
Just
panic
ask
because
them
I
to
would
shoot.
think that the zombie apocalypse is coming.
It's been fun.
Listen, Ada, I don't care if your tweets smell.
Get over
I will
here,
fucking-
you red scarf clone.
Oh my god.
Don't you get
This
like?
woman could put me in a fucking room for 2 months and I would fucking still.
I
Still
don't
get
know.
rock
The
solid.
Roomba room. If she put me in the Roomba room, I might have some things to talk with her
Fred
about.
makes it quite hard to get. She always been like this?
I would be very annoyed.
Listen, Fred.
There she is. Cut her off. I've got her.
All right, time for that fisting cutscene.
I was gonna say something incredibly. I was gonna say something incredibly disgusting that involved those Japanese used fanny vending machines.
Do you think she's wearing underwear in that dress? I don't think she's wearing a bra.
I certainly hope not.
Joke's on you. It's a fisting cutscene between men.
No. That's the future president.
I love how like Leon doesn't hesitate to take on this ogre, even though for one he doesn't know it's Chris, and for two he's built like a fucking linebacker. He just jumps right in there.
Chris?
This is also the most like. This is also the most like
What are you doing
rugged
here?
that Leon Kennedy's ever looked.
Yeah. He's usually like you are right. He's usually pretty clean
Calm down,
cut.
Chris. She's a key witness. We need her.
That's why he's Austin's
Witness.
favorite fucking
She's the one who
character.
did all
He's my
this.
favorite character.
It wasn't her. It was Simmons.
And again, it's really a toss up between like the big three: Leon, Chris, and Jill. I hate to leave Claire out, but she just
Yeah.
doesn't get to do a lot.
You know what that means?
She's only been in what, Revelations up to this point, Revelations 2,
You're still going to
and a bunch of the movies
Call,
where she
call me
basically dicks around and does nothing except for, I think it's Vendetta.
Leon's a great character. Chris Redfield's still my favorite. Like he's the quintessential, Resident Evil character.
He's just army guy. Like, I love him for being so simple but so adorable.
Captain!
I'll say this is a series where even in the later installments, the newer characters they add are all have some pretty good elements to them. It's not like they add somebody that just becomes like
I really liked
brain on-
Ethan. I was super disappointed that they killed him off at 8. Spoiler.
Damn it!
I can't imagine what they're gonna do with 9 though, because I've heard rumors and murmurs that they're gonna try to like make it bring back the third person aspect of it.
Maybe they can bring back Claire. The cool thing about Revelations 2 is they not only brought back Claire, but they also brought back like Barry of all people, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I know you'll do the right thing.
I almost would say to like someone jumping into the series to start with Revelations, because those games are relatively short. They're probably the shortest, especially the first one. They're on the shorter side of Resident Evil games, and I think that they're a good kind of, and maybe
Oh,
just
we're having
because
the
that was
moment
like
again.
my
Catch up to her.
Won't stop until I do.
After he saw
Five
his
was the
real,
first game-
after Chris saw his real Beastie Boy Leon, he couldn't stay angry and robotic forever.
Yeah, I'll give you my Resident Evil history. I played 4 a little bit, but 5 was like the first one I got when it was new. But really, the games that really got me into the series was Revelations on 3DS.
Well, it's good because Revelations is good, and I remember like watching a couple of episodes of a playthrough of Revelations 2, and the section where they get to Barry, I think he smashes down a gate with like a bunch of like big logs like on like a crane. And like legit without missing a beat, Barry just looks out after like blowing this gate down, and he's like, ha, "Who's the master of unlocking now?" Oh, there we go. Wondering why we were going so slow. I will try not
What is
to
that?
light up the civilians on this highway with this light machine gun.
Chris to HQ.
The driving mechanics of this section is like fucking Deadly Premonition.
It feels that bad.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
it is janky.
Wait a sec. Actually, I just realized what I said. Why is there other traffic like on this highway in a war zone. Is that just normal for China? They just got
It's just
biohazardous
yeah.
like mercenary groups like killing their way through the fucking city. They're like, well, we can't take a fucking day off.
Now we've got you.
Oh no, where's Princess Diana? Keep her out of the tunnel!
Oh no, the paparazzi. They'll keep the ambulances from doing anything because it's a spicier story if the princess dies.
Wait, Fred, is the paparazzi this game just a pseudonym for her ex-husband, the king?
Look, I don't want to get assassinated by the British royal family, but yes, I would like to get assassinated by the British royal family. It was her fucking husband who set it up.
You know, because the younger brother was friends with Epstein. You know that if
what's wrong with that?
Well, could you just picture Queen Elizabeth on the phone saying, "Do it, Dad! Did not talk ago."
I really hope people got their reimbursement from all those free cars they got from Oprah, because those were probably looking a bit suspect after the Epstein shit.
I'm the best driver the PSAA's got.
My favorite part is that I guess she spoke at the Democrat convention a few weeks ago. The
baby eater.
So basically, the mask of her trying to act like she's not political though just came off completely. And the irony is she used to like revere Trump before he got into politics. She would basically like have him on, she would have Trump on.
That's because they were all
like,
part of the same pedophile like fucking cocaine sex parties. Even though like Trump tried to stay away from the pedophile part of the cocaine sex parties.
Yeah, Trump was just, you could just tell Trump was really not a ped.
Yeah.
He just liked pussy. Like Trump, like which is kind of like his taste in women. Like he does, like, yeah, he like.
Trump's just a weirdo and an oddball. Like he's a freak and he's like fucking bizarre. Like as many times as he's talked about his daughter like being attractive, of course. But at least he's not like those fucking guys who went to Epstein's Island, Colbert.
Yeah, but I never liked that people like portrayed that as like a sexual thing. I think that was more of just his ego. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got the biggest hands, but the tiniest dick. It makes
like,
my dick feel real small.
Would we say weirdo in comparison to like any other billionaire? He's like.
I mean, that's a pretty big list. Like, come on. When we compare like this guy who's kind of fucking bizarre to all these like child raping, like soul eating, like essence stealing fucking hedonites. It's kind of a big list.
We're as equally bizarre as Trump. I don't know why this is not accelerating.
It's because it's the 10th scene where we got chase this bitch through a fucking parking garage. Why do they got double deckers in this? Wait a second. Why do they have double decker buses in this parking garage?
Oh, dude.
Can you do that? Are you supposed to park one of those in there?
Hey. And then.
There's something we're supposed to shoot. I feel like something's supposed to be blown up, but it's not really blowing up. There we go. Oh my god. I just realized the freaking aiming reticule is like slightly offset to the left of where the bullets are actually going, so all my bullets are firing to the right of where my bullseye is.
Fred, I gotta tell you, this is one of the worst. In this sequence of the driving sequence, which is already pretty bad, this is some of the worst controls I've ever fucking experienced in a driving game.
Yes, speak for yourself. At least the bullets in 5 fired straight. This thing's fucking got a cockeye. Oh no, we're switching. Okay, I guess I get to see what's worse. I'm good at driving in bad games, though. I'm good at driving in good games.
I don't mean this in a racist way, but there is nothing worse.
Oh yeah, butch that out.
There is nothing worse than a Japanese developer when they have to make when a Japanese developer has to do like a sequence of something they're not like used to doing.
This feels really fucking weird. You're right.
Yeah, it is.
It's like floaty but heavy all at the same time. I hit her.
It's kind of.
Get over here,
it's
bitch.
Almost like it's like the weight of like GTA 4's car physics, but the controls are like an arcade racer.
Yeah, kind of.
It almost feels like your controller has like stick drift or something, where you have to like take it into the store and have them fix it.
Yeah, and like what's weird is like unlike every other driving game I've played, like there's not even like a slow return to center. As soon as you let go of the stick, you are just driving straight. Like no matter what, you just snap back to center. It even kind of overcorrects and puts you like a little left or right of where you're steering.
Well, can I tell you what it feels like? I've just thought of it. It feels like this section, the controls for the driver. It's almost like an intern that's like working on like a college, like game design course. Like did that the physics and fucking controls of that section, because they are. Yeah, and I see what you mean about the turret.
Yeah, it's offset.
Yeah.
It's just a bad section. And that's still remembering, like, I can't quite remember because it's been a while, but I remember, Jake's section. God damn it. Jake's section has a motorcycle.
Dominic Toretto could have survived that. He would have just got.
Oh, come on. Both Chris and Pierce would have survived that. Like, realistically.
You're not gonna lose that.
It just floats you so high above the...
Why is there so many double-decker vehicles in this fucking city?
Those ones looked like they were on train tracks, though, so now I'm even more confused.
Is this like the city of double-decker?
You know what? I'm just gonna beat her in this race. I'm gonna drive in front of Ada Wong. Get back here. I'm gonna beat you to the destination where I don't even know where we're chasing you to.
Her sex dungeon.
Oh God. I bet you this Ada clone just releases like fucking really raunchy, like fucking like terrible like porn of her looking like Ada just to like besmirch like Ada Wong's image. Like she's just getting like prolapsed out and having like German dudes like poop in her face.
Fred, I don't care if she's a clone. The things I would let her do to me, Fred, are unspeakable. It's almost up there with Zero Suit Samus, which, as you know, but the audience might not know, I have multiple figurines of Zero Suit Samus, and it's kind of
God damn, I went through the X side again. Oh God! I just realized they're not even in the like I'm actually like completely in the center, and I can still see Chris like in third person off to the side. That's weird too. What did they get right about this driving section? Let's try and figure that out.
It's meant to recreate driving while having a stroke.
It's meant to recreate driving in China. And that's what we call a safe park job. Okay, everybody do your fire drill now. Everybody out. Come on, switch sides. Everybody out. Hey, you're not doing it right. Get on the passenger side. God, my accuracy fucking blew dick that last time.
Yeah, you know, I had an accuracy rating of over 70%.
I don't know. Is it some guy with a name that rhymes with nay?
Yay.
What am I gonna do?
I actually cannot afford anything right now. I'm gonna story of my fucking life. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Look at that, folks. And now that I'm running OBS, I can literally switch over to this. You can hear me.
It's all flashy Cool.
Yeah. You go,
Alright, I'll be back.
all right. Go enjoy your bathroom break. Let me tell you something, folks. DSP, what can be said about the man? You know, I would say this. This is what I would, he is now playing through the WWE Champions game that he often would deny playing, which I almost respect him. I know, you know what? I respect the hustle. Look, is ESP unsavory? Sure. But there's an entertainment value there, and I kind of appreciate it. And I will say, you know, a lot of these, like, characters in the same way with, like, Wings of Redemption, they're as scummy, if not more, well, especially the Wings, legitimately, like, some of his detractors are actually legitimately worse and more unsavory people than the actual, like, subject itself, which, you know, is pretty surprising, I think, to a lot of people. But, you know, other than that, what's new in the video game industry? The Nintendo Direct here a few days ago, I thought it was pretty good. I was excited to see some interesting announcements, like Yakuza making its way to Switch, the Marvel Capcom Fighting Collection looks pretty good. Pizza Tower, great platformer on Steam, is now coming to Switch. I think it's already on Switch digitally, but it's also getting a physical release. My Sims, which I remember playing that game back on the Wii a little bit. There's a couple other things. There's a couple of JRPG things like that. That's about it. I'd say it was good. There's our man of the hour. I don't know if I told. I gotta tell you this. Look, I am not. I once again will acknowledge DSP is a unsavory individual, but I gotta tell you something hilarious, because he's just like, he has had like some pretty. And he's had some pretty funny moments where he's not the butt of the joke. Like, it's like,
oh no,
you know,
no, it's one of the main reasons I watched Phil back in the day. I thought he was a legitimately charming and funny presence on YouTube.
And it's almost, and I'm not saying that like he can like people will ever forget like his like pretty much the past decade.
Oh yeah, the fucking shenanigans he got up to and fucking everybody over.
So Kino Casino got him to finally admit that he was that pay pig in WWE Champions, and last night he streamed the fucking game.
Nice. I mean, like the only reason he's being so
embracing it.
Yeah, the only reason he's being so open now is because he's finally got to the point where he's like, this is how I make my money back. This is where I can maybe start creating a nest egg to maybe have something for the future. Maybe I'm not gonna be like pissing like all my money away. Maybe I'll actually save something. Cause I don't know, like, between you and me, I don't think fucking Phil's nearly as poor as he tries to claim himself to be.
No, that's I think that's his biggest problem.
I think he's very like fucking like he like what's the word I'm looking for? Is frugal the word? No, frugal is the opposite of what I'm thinking about.
He's a spender.
His purse strings are very loose. He just throws money.
He doesn't
away.
budget.
He throws money away on weird stuff, like those fucking WWE gotcha games you just mentioned.
Yeah, well, but here's the thing, and I was when you were on your bathroom break, I brought up Wings.
Yeah.
Phil has this to a lesser extent. Both of these guys are flawed people, but they have like a group of these trolls, and it's similar. It's like they obviously like it's fun to make fun of these people, but some of those trolls are so fucking twisted to the level that they're worse than the subject itself. Like the ones that like basically would like swat Wings and shit. It's like there's a point, and it's even like not that Chris Chan's a far worse individual than those two combined times 10 plus Boogie times 10.
Yeah.
But like even Chris Chan, like one of the things is like there was if you go back to like the earlier fucking, what was that guy that did the Geno Samuel's like documentaries?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, he's still
in the
going,
early
isn't
days,
he?
people. Yeah, he's yeah. But in the early days, people like trolling Chris. Like there was the people that like had fun with it, and then there was like the people that like were. There was even back then. There was like people that were legitimately twisted, where they wanted like Chris to like commit suicide or do something fucked
Oh
up. Like
yeah.
that's there's a. My point is, folks, there's a line. Like it's fun to like trolling can be fun. It can be funny, but there's always a line to draw. It's kind of
Yeah.
like. It's kind of like if like two people get into like a street fight, you know, like if the other guy gets knocked down, you don't keep like punching the guy's head in until it's like pulp. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, that guy's done.
I mean, unless
I
it's
want to
Ethan
fight.
Ralph and he just keeps getting back up and he won't stay down.
I'm good, Captain.
Oh, the problem with Ethan Ralph is he picks fights.
Well,
that
it's
are
like
not
that.
winnable.
Like I don't understand why that motherfucker even tries to fight. Motherfucker can't take a hit. I respect him for like trying to take hits, but like I remember like what was it that the
Portugal.
What's up? Yeah, the video of when he went to Portugal and literally like the first like 3 shots he took knocked the fucking daylights out of him. You saw the eyes roll back and everything. And he gets up again and starts to try and fight again. It's like, dude, did you just forget what just happened to you? You got your shit rocked. Stay down. You probably have a concussion. Not that I don't think he deserves some ass beatings, but fuck me. Save yourself.
Yeah.
Don't get yourself killed.
You know what's the crazy part is? I think it's a pretty challenge. You know, there's some countries you can go to where it's probably easy to get into a fight with people.
Oh, I found a snake
It's
metal.
pretty tough. Oh, okay. It's from what I've seen of like Portuguese people, I think it's a pretty tough order to manage to like go to Portugal and get into a fight with somebody there.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to.
Well,
you really have to either be a
Well,
fucking
it's like
dick or go out of your
they're
way.
so like fucking. I don't even know. Like if you go to Portugal, they know tough guys. If you try to start some shit, like they'll know whether or not you're a tough guy or not.
But it's kind of like going to, it's one of those like romance countries like fucking Spain or Italy where like everybody just seems to be in a fairly, those seem to be countries where people are fairly like jovial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, which not to like stereotype a part of like Europe, but like if you go to like the fucking Balkans, like it's probably a lot easier to get into a fight in like Serbia than it is.
Yeah.
Not that I dislike Serbia. Let me just say that. I'm just saying.
Look, I love that film that they made.
Oh no! You know, God, there's a guy that would do reviews of all those like borderline, and not like they're not actual stuff films, but those movies that make you feel like those movies that make you feel dirty watching them. You know what I mean? Because they're so fucked up. And that's a gruesome movie. But the problem is, there's movies that like are worse than that.
Oh yeah,
you know,
way worse.
And that's a bad. That's
just on
movie,
concept alone.
Yeah, like there was one from the '70s where like legitimately like I don't know the full backstory, but like legitimately like police got involved because it looked so gruesome that they legitimately thought it was tough.
Oh, I think you're talking about Cannibal Holocaust.
That was one of them. I think this is was it Salo or whatever, like 40 days, 70 days in Sodom or something. It was like some Spanish movie.
Oh god, that's the one made by the I think it's that's the book that fucking, what's the fucking guy's name? Is it Aleister Crowley?
So that's like a legitimately disturbing film.
Oh yeah, it's
you know what's funny though, or like, yeah. But the funny thing is like there was films that were like more mass market, like The Exorcist. So that's a great timeless film. But then you like watch it today, and it's like, in comparison to like a lot of modern horror movies, like even like the most gruesome scenes of that film are just like so, like, it's almost PG in comparison to like most horror films today.
The fucking wall ate my grenade. This thing is hatching in front of me.
That's a series that unfortunately, like, it had the first few entries in that Exorcist series were good. But it just kind of lost the plot at some point. They came out with one a couple of years ago, didn't they? And it was with 2 girls this time or some shit. You remember that? I think we went to a movie and we seen a trailer for it. It was like an Exorcist film, and it was like 2 friends that were both possessed at the same time or some shit.
And like, oh god, like I watched the Red Letter Media fucking video on that thing, and oh god, the movie just sounds so bad.
I'm going for it.
Like instead of instead of having like fucking like, because you can't have God in movies anymore, instead of having like a direct reference to like evangelical Christianism or Christianity or like God in general, they have like, I think it was like a holistic like African like black lady like medicine woman be the savior of the movie.
Well, the actor, well, quite literally, I mean, it's in the title, Exorcist, and like an exorcist is a specific type of priest that's like basically given like the authority to perform exorcisms.
And the worst part is like they bargained with the demon and literally sent the fucking little white girl to hell, which is like for one, fucking like Damien Karras in Exorcist would have never fucking bargained with that demon. He would have saved both of those children no matter fucking what. So just to have that be the twist in the new movie is an insult to the Exorcist as a whole.
Well, it defeats the kind of purpose of, because
it's like you don't bargain with a fucking demon because it's always lying to you.
Well, let me say this: like, there's legitimately exorcists still today. Like the Catholic Church still has the vision of like paranormal shit. Like they legitimately still have trained people that they, whether or not you think like they actually do like something legitimate, like there is like a legitimate orifice within the church that does exorcisms and shit. And it's like, why not consult with those people about like how, because like they still do like exorcisms.
One of my favorite breakdowns of like exorcism as a whole. Have you ever seen The Last Exorcism?
If Emily was
no, it's just called The Last Exorcism, I think.
Yeah.
But it's basically that found footage film. Don't watch the second movie because it's fucking shit. But it's basically like this like fair weather like Christian man who thinks it's all bullshit got contracted to do an exorcism. He basically makes a big play of it, but at the end of the movie, when he finally realizes this shit is real and demonic shit is happening, he finds his faith, and at the end of the movie, unfortunately, it's kind of implied he dies, which I kind of hate, like stuff like that, because it means nothing in the movie fucking mattered. But like he finds his faith and he tries to prevent the literal Antichrist from being born. It's a very good breakdown of like how a man who is so used to being this like fair weather preacher like actually finds it in himself to be an honest to God like man of God by the end of the film. Very interesting movie. But like I said, the second one's crap.
Sounds like it.
Like literally, the second one has a like they take the girl, who I do believe was 18 at the time of The Last Exorcism. They take her and like have this really like weird avant-garde like implication that the demon that's in her is like fucking her and levitating her. It's like really weird.
Yeah.
Like by the end, like she literally just gives herself over to the demon, which once again makes the whole point of the first movie completely pointless. And I'm like, why? You didn't have to do that. Why? You made a pointless movie even more pointless.
Well, that's the problem with like. Well, it's the problem is like, once again, like the core of an exorcism or like an exorcist movie is like. Well, and that's the problem I have with a lot of those movies is. Like, it legitimately is like a battle of good and evil.
Well, the most interesting ones of those sorts of movies are the ones where there is a crisis of faith. Like, where, like, the main character, maybe he's not so sure of himself. Like, it's not that he, Like, he doesn't necessarily have to have an issue or a disbelief in God, but he has doubts in himself to be that man that, like, God would have him to be in the moment where he needs to be.
He knows that something's afoot, but he doesn't know if he can carry the burden of it all. Which, by the way, is a very kind of Christ-like motif, because, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's...
Ouch.
That's kind of an encapsulation of, like, trying to be, you know, like, a good Christian. Is like, it's you have to kind of think of, like, what would Jesus, like, I know that's kind of corny, but, like, what would
Jesus do?
He would call Super Mecha Death Christ.
He would just call down AVGN to smite people.
Do you think, like, you know, I don't know if AVGN was like a church goer, but, like, we assume, you know, he grew up in, like, the Philly area, so, and I'm pretty sure he's, like, Irish background. So can you imagine, though, like if he did go to church, like, his parish priest just, like, starts watching his shit, and then he sees that fucking video, and he's like, you know what? This is actually a very Christian message right here. This fucking, now, might not be the most conventional way to portray Jesus.
I bet you somewhere in the near future we're gonna have people talk about AVGN in that way.
Well, you know, because the Japanese are often fascinated, especially with, like, Christianity. Like, that's like, and he's, like, becoming popular because, like, there's this guy that this channel that translates AVGN to Japanese. And, like,
oh, that's amazing.
Like, it gets like 50,000-60,000 views, and it's all Japanese viewers. So can you imagine, like, you see that, and then, like, some, like, up-and-coming, like, manga or video game writer in Japan, like, sees that, and it gives him, like, an idea for, like, a mech series.
Nice.
Like, oh, I portray Christ in the mech warrior.
James-san, you are a genius. Oh, God.
But somehow it's more respectful or cognizant of Christianity than, like, modern Western media. Which, like, I just seen a take from Razorfist that I agree with. It's like a lot of these people that talk about Tolkien, even today, like, that guy was as devoutly Christian as one could, like, be.
Yeah.
Like, that guy was, like, extremely. He took C.S. Lewis, who was a ardent atheist, and managed to convert him to fucking Christianity.
Well, it's like you have this man who's literally seen the worst of, like, humanity in World War I, and then, like, he just decides to take all of that and take basically the story of the Bible, make it, like, high fantasy, which hadn't really been done much at the time.
No.
And just made a really good story of redemption and...
Well, and then you get all these people that, like, shit on war, and, like, that's the other thing too. Like, Tolkien he crafted that world even before he told a story.
Oh, yeah.
Like, which is almost kind of like what the, you know, from a historical perspective, the Bible was kind of it almost put itself together. Like, even, I'm not even saying from a religious perspective, but, like, from a historical perspective, like, it's a massive story. It's a massive undertaking, which, you know, is what makes it unique as a religious text. Because, like, and that's not to, like, downplay other religions, but, like, Islam, it's one book written by one person.
Yeah.
You know. Well, I guess the other religion that I could say has a similarity with that is the Vedic books in Hinduism. Which, by the way, I know that people make fun of Indians a lot.
They're peaceful people.
Yeah.
Generally.
Well, generally. And, you know, other than Mudahar, most Indians are people.
He immediately starts talking shit about anime and calling, like fucking...
Did you hear that he got...
And then like, he immediately, like, deletes his Twitter, and it's like, motherfucker, what were you hiding? It's like every single time with these people, as soon as they start, like, talking about, like, fucking like anime and making a big stink and making a big stink about Ollie, immediately these guys always get found out to be fucking creeps, weirdos, and pedophiles.
You okay?
Muda.
You know what really disappointed me was he wasn't as like actually he was pretty shitty about it too. Was
We'll meet up eventually.
remember it was like cartoonist Meat Canyon who like draws the most
Oh
fucked
yeah,
up
that
shit
fucker
imaginable.
pissed me off. Like he was so like he got a little bit of fame and immediately fucking just starts spouting all this nonsense.
Yeah. You know, I draw this weird shit, but
Ow.
well, then it almost is like, are you projecting like some kind of problem you got with yourself? And then you're like, you know,
Oh, I'm so fucked.
because that is, I think.
Oh god. Ow. Ow. Oh, oh, ow.
I think you could recover from that. I think you can recover from. I think you just need a little bit of
Just need
first
some
aid.
Band-Aid.
You okay? Just keep going. We'll meet up eventually.
Hey, you know what I forgot to do on my end,
What's that?
Fred? It's okay.
Oh, did you forget to switch the thing back?
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's all right. Hey guys, you didn't miss too much. There was just like a
I got scrambled by a giant monster.
yeah. Well, I think it was about 10 minutes that got fucked up. But what I might do on my end is I might cut that out on my like video when it
Yeah.
posts. If you can do that, I guess.
Nice.
Which is good. Is so. But if you're just tuning in, I had to cut a little section out of my video because I fucking forgot the Fandango OBS, but essentially we're on the next section of where we had been. We're trying to disarm a fucking missile. We're trying to fucking... Are we trying to disarm a missile? No, we're trying to aim a missile.
We're
Listen,
trying to
Ada
do
Wong
something.
is making me... Yeah. You didn't miss too much. Tune into Fred's stream, which you should watch both, you know, because then you get different viewpoints. But he's got it preserved on his Dead Wars 2012 channel, because he's not a fucking idiot like me who forgets to fucking press.
Well,
buttons.
I don't overcomplicate things. I try to fix my fucked up audio. Oh, there's a gun down there. Oh fuck! How do I get to that? But I just try to fix my fucked up audio. That's always fucked up, and I try not to do anything fancy. How do I?
Well, you know what the problem is? I legitimately have like my fucking monitoring screen down here, but I wasn't paying attention at all, which was completely on me.
Yeah. How do we get to gun? I want gun. Gun down. Gun down there.
That was a good game, Gun. Remember that Western game named Gun back in the day?
Oh, I gotta get over to you. Oh, they're gonna shoot at me. Right. They're gonna shoot at me.
Oh. Alright, I gotta... How do I detach here?
Ow!
Where are they shooting you?
Why am I always the one getting into these situations?
I don't know, I can't spot the shooter! I'm like...
They're across. They're on the
I'm like-
far side.
I don't have any sniper ammo!
Oh God!
Oh, I do have my anti-material rifle though. I'm a little bit slow, Fred.
Oh, that was amazing, Chris. You just completely slid past the guy. All right. I'll aim. You hit the button. Ow.
Well,
Now. Now. Back. I don't have a sniper rifle, otherwise I'd shoot these guys by now.
yeah, I don't have any ammo left.
So wait, what are we supposed to do with this thing? What are we even doing over here? We gotta figure out what we're
Let me
actually
get
doing.
some... Okay, I just got some ammo.
Is there something we're supposed to do?
Destroy the barrier. So we do have to do the crank thing. You come over here. I think you got to press the button when it's all the way down, Fred.
Okay, I'll be back over. I was rushing down to kill them. I was seeing red. How come they're shooting at me and not you?
They know you're more important to the storyline.
So... Oh, there it is. Suck my dicky, bitch. What? Why didn't you jump on me like that? Wait a second.
Kilo Alpha, fighting in the city has spread.
Don't ask.
All that for a drop of blood?
Copy that. Tell our boys to hang in there.
Ow. Oh. Woo. It's the war crime mobile. I'm gonna kill a lot of innocent civilians with that.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh. Yeah.
There's white phosphorus on there.
There is a gun. Oh, it's a sniper rifle. I think this is only in this level for me, unless you can see the gun icon.
Yeah, I got it. The semi-automatic
These enemies are
sniper
different.
rifle.
Oh, you can get that.
Yeah, I got it at the beginning of the level.
I almost missed this gun. Bet my accuracy with this
But I
thing
did get
sucks.
there was a ton of ammo there, which I don't know if they replenished it or if I
just forgot to pick it up.
I was so excited by the nifty
The new Snooper Woofle. God, fucking Chris, I know you are just quitting the sauce cold turkey, but your fucking hands shouldn't shake like this, dude. Ah, God. I can't believe I got that shot. His hands are shaking so much.
that's because he has had a drink.
I need a drink, Piers. Captain, we're on duty. No, Piers. The jitters are getting to me. I'm going through withdrawals. My hands keep shaking.
Just start sipping like the fucking jet fuel. It's the closest thing you can do to get in the buzz.
He just starts rating all the fucking... Oh, God. What's the... I actually don't know what a liquor from China even is.
They probably, I would assume, have rice wine similar to Japan.
Probably.
I know, surprisingly, a lot of Asian countries are also, especially nowadays, have a lot of beers. I know that I was talking to somebody about Vietnam, and there's a lot. Vietnam actually is pretty, has pretty like extensive market of brews there.
All right. Oh, you're already all the way at the door. Sorry, I was picking off all the stragglers.
We gotta track Ada Wong.
We got track Ada's Wong.
Ah.
Is that the twist with the claw?
That's the twist. Like back to the tangent I had earlier of all the like fucking weird like stuff porn that she does to besmirch Ada. She just has a dick to boot.
Very feminine.
I imagine Leon's just watching a movie with Ada. He's like, I saw a video of you online. You don't have a dick, do you?
That's my cologne.
There's so many people behind us. Oh my God, 2 exploders. Oh. Okay. I just punched a bird.
Well,
Ow! What does that bird even do? It gives you like the fucking Oh, it's only a 500? Probably must not be that tough of an enemy. Ah! That thing can insta-kill you, be careful.
I just insta-killed that.
Yeah. No mercy for the Bugmen.
So we're probably not, assuming that we stop after this level, we're probably not going to finish the Redfield campaign tonight then, right?
Yeah, if you want to stop after this level, we should be fine with that, because I think we still got...
well, I do have...
So...
Did I even tell you the fucking development with my situation?
Oh god, what's going on now?
Oh, I didn't tell you that the furnace
I
went?
was giving you exactly what you gave.
How'd the furnace situation go?
It's it's a new one's coming tomorrow at 8 a.m. So
Okay,
I
that's
figured-
good news.
yeah, but that's why after this level, I'm probably gonna call it a stream because I don't want to have to deal with people with.
I like Data better when she
actually-
was a little less genocidal, but that food window did.
It's all.
You could put a cigarette out on my. Well, let me just stop myself. Sorry, it's been a long day, Fred. I'm sorry. I was gonna say in my ashtray, which I have right next to me, because I have a cigar. That's not a euphemism for anything.
Oh god, I just realized if you like pay attention while we're standing still, the boat's moving.
Look at that. More attention to detail than Dustborn.
It is. This game was made with a lot of love.
Yeah, just a lot of love and a lot of
Which
drugs.
is weird considering Capcom's track record of hate.
Well, they've actually, I would say Capcom had a pretty extensive. Well, I think that's what you were saying too. They had a pretty extensive dark period until like a couple of years ago, where they've really like managed to rebound.
Chris.
It's Ada.
Oh, it's the other hot one.
Ada, stop!
God.
You know who we need for this mission? We need Solid Snake.
I know who has a Solid Snake right now. Are we being too pervy this episode?
You know, Fred, I don't think
we're being pervy enough.
I don't think our audience. Well, I think we got a good balance. The question is, how could you not be pervy looking at that design for Ada Wong?
Oh, these motherfuckers again. Riveted, crawling fucking fox. Oh, oh man. Body to back suplex. That was nice. There's 40mm grenade launcher rounds.
Where'd you find those?
Oh, I just picked them off the ground. It was a random enemy drop.
Okay.
Dude, he's taking a shower in his elite Bugman suit. Herb in the sink. I fucking swear. Fine, I'll drop a health spray. I dropped 3 of them!
Oh no.
God damn it! This is why I hate that you can't pick stuff back up in this game. Fuck! I thought I was on the single. Oh. I'm actually... Acid rounds?
Metal Gear.
Okay. How does this game expect us to fit all this bullshit? Like, you got how many types of grenades? You got the, like, 4 ammo types for shotgun, assault rifle, sniper rifle, and, pistol. Then you got your super weapon. Does this game legit honestly expect you to carry more than one type of ammo?
Carefully.
I might just start using explosive rounds now. This game just wants me to use the grenade launcher.
Grenade launcher.
Rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher. I found some points. Was there anything in the other room?
Money. Not really.
Wonder what the benefits of acid rounds even are in this game.
Upstairs. Move.
Make you trip balls, man.
Just that.
You're thinking-
Pierce turns
you're
back
thinking-
and just sees Chris just gnawing on the top of an acid round. Chris, what the fuck are you doing? Trying to get high because I don't have boots. Bitch! Oh, he just bitch slapped me right before he died.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
The thing about this wave of COVID is it's up and down. You'll feel better a little bit, and then you'll feel like a little bit like shit. But it's not like it's not like a constant state of shit like the earlier.
I mean, it's not as awful. Like I keep saying, it's not nearly as awful as the initial dose of Covally that I got. It's not nice.
The wolf.
But
the wolf.
I will say that I'm not suffering nearly as badly as I did when I was in lockdown for, God, fuck me. How many weeks did they want people to like lock themselves away for?
It was 2 full weeks.
Too fucking long.
Yeah. Which all that did was ensure that your entire household would get the fucking thing.
Oh yeah. Which is what happened.
No matter how much you no matter how much you try to quote unquote quarantine,
socially distance, unless you're in a house, and you're fucked.
The only people that should have quarantined were like people that had were really weakened immune systems.
Yeah.
'Cause maybe they like
old people.
Or like extremely old people. Like I'm not saying like 65. I'm talking like 80 plus.
I love how they didn't. I love how they didn't really like think about the fact because what was the drug they were prescribing like to people at the beginning of the outbreak, which caused people to have renal failure, which basically made people's lungs.
Oh, hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah, basically made people's like lungs fill up with like piss and blood because I think their kidneys would shut down because this drug has a severe side effect of shutting kidneys down, which is not something you want when you have a respiratory fucking disease.
Don't worry, they'll put people on a ventilator after it's too late.
Yeah, just to make sure they're in comfort as they drug them, bleed more of the family's money, and basically put them out of their misery, like they did my fucking uncle. Fuck doctors,
but don't worry, they're not. But don't worry, they're not gonna. Remember early on, like they didn't let people visit their dying family members, like for the first few months of the virus. But I don't know if you know that was like a thing.
Yeah.
But it was pretty horrific.
Oh yeah. That thing was angry. That thing just wanted you bad.
He wanted me.
He loves me. He wanted me. I knew he always wanted me.
That's what he said when Robert Kennedy endorsed him.
Robert, he gave me the stamp of approval right on my lower back.
Oh,
Embossed
God.
with his family
Ah!
crest.
Jesus Christ!
Is that blasphemy? He's making fun of Trump, but not in a really derogatory way, just in a childish and homophobic way.
Well, and also like just the logistics of that. I mean,
the image of Robert Kennedy having like one of those old-fashioned like wax stamps, and then the image of Donald Trump getting backblasted.
yeah, for this.
I have to make it a very obvious and clear. I need you to see the sweat sheeting off of, Trump's ass crack.
Because Trump doesn't do any like drugs besides like, you know, fast food. Because he like, well, like it like. I know we're kind of. I'm about to interject something serious. Like, there's a reason why. It's because he like had like a brother who was an alcoholic and all that. So he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink.
I don't blame
but
him.
Like, no, I don't either. Because it wasn't
it's
like
better not to form
like
those habits. Honestly, they're enjoyable habits, but if you lose control, boy howdy, you have an uphill battle.
Yeah. And his brother was not like the guy that like had like maybe 2 drinks a night. Like he was like he essentially would drink like a liter of fucking whiskey.
Yeah.
Like it was like he died in his 40s. Like that. Like usually even like most alcoholics make it into their 50s or 60s. So like he was a serious. I'm trying. But anyways.
Get on with the diatribe and shoot.
Listen. Do you think after that incredibly graphic sexual escapade, do you think like instead of smoking in bed they're eating like KFC?
Oh Jesus!
Tremendous. Give me some McDonald's. I want a double quarter pounder.
It's all American. Fuck me. The bugs. Oh God!
That's fucking ridiculous, dude. Who invented this checkpoint system?
You know, some
You know what they can do? They can
weirdo
blow
like
me.
who worked at like Nintendo. He probably invented checkpoints or some shit. Oh, did that fucking like angry bug guy just blow up? Oh.
That one did.
You're just trying to get yourself killed.
Yeah. A little bit.
What ammo do I have too much of that I can't pick up shotgun shells?
No, I'm like Johnny Silverhand. I'm just apathetic.
What do I have
to it
too
all.
much? I have too much assault rifle. Just min-maxing in a bad way.
I gotta get back into Cyberpunk.
Super good game.
I'm at the point where I can literally finish the story, but I haven't finished I'm doing Phantom Liberty right now, which is like the expansion that came out. And I want to kind of do some more side quests.
Some of the
enjoying
endings that you get through Phantom Liberty I've heard are really fucking like dour and depressing.
Yeah. Well, there's literally an option pretty early on to completely like fuck up the storyline. Like you can literally just say I'm done, and it's actually kind of a badass moment.
Oh, you can fucking just quit.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just yeah. I actually did that to see what happened, but I saved right before that because I knew it was coming. I was like, oh, it's cool in that one little moment, but I would definitely not recommend doing that.
Well, it basically it's like killing a quest like giver in Skyrim. Actually you can't really do that in Skyrim.
Oblivion.
Yeah, like you just lose out on so much.
Or like Perfect Dark, where you fail a mission, but you can keep playing it.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say though is side quests in that game are great, and I mean the fact that like, you know, Pan Am is probably one of the best written female characters, like that's a love interest in a game in recent
Oh, yeah.
memory. It's kind of like the female Sydney. Remember, there's like the female Sid in Final
There's
Fantasy
an emblem right
15?
under the stairs.
Where it's like this chick who's like attractive but also like confident.
Oh yeah. Plus she's a fucking gearhead. Oh, I love it.
Well, yeah, they basically wrote it fucking tomboy.
They basically wrote like every like dude's dream girlfriend, even if you didn't know that was your dream girlfriend, basically. Oh.
That's a game that I'm glad even though I'm like, oh, I should have given it a chance earlier. I'm kind of glad I waited because all the kinks are ironed out.
Oh yeah,
now.
everything is just smooth as a baby's behind.
Unless you're playing it on last gen hardware.
Actually, honestly, I wasn't really disappointed by last gen like Cyberpunk. Honestly, at that point, it was running fine.
You played it on the best version of the Xbox One.
That is fair.
You know.
Again.
She's shit talking.
With your track record.
Damn, is there any is there any fabric to that dress? Your back's all open too.
Don't listen to her, Captain.
You should just take it off at this point.
I mean, really, I should be thanking you.
That would definitely be a good way to like fucking distract Piers and Chris. Just drops the dress. Piers, I can't do it.
Ever since
Just boobs.
all I've wanted
And
is
a dick.
to see you dead.
So do I.
It's about vengeance. It's about justice. It's over, Ada.
I can't shoot her. I love dick.
Oh no.
The aircraft carrier is preparing for launch.
Leon, there's something I didn't always tell you.
And
Secretly,
the
never
dead will
wanted you to
flood the
continue with a red
streets.
bloodline.
Deja
Wanted it
vu.
to end with you and me.
Raccoon revisited. But this time,
What?
it won't just be one.
I'm sorry, Chris, but
It'll be the whole world.
I love Ada. And also the principal's daughter. That's weird. She never talked to me ever again, though, after I saved her. Right off on that jet ski.
You got me.
Yeah, they never really
Well played.
followed up with her, did they?
Shot her clean between the tits. What a waste. By the way, how big was that fucking
What
rifle?
the hell just happened?
How big was
It
that
was-
rifle? It didn't even go all the way through her.
Yeah, it was like the proportions of like a Doom fucking BFG
This looks like a
weapon.
different strain. There are 2 missing. Just
And it's
take what's
also the
left.
fact that she was
Bring it back
literally
to
like
HQ for
fucking shot
analysis.
right through the heart.
Yeah.
And she was like able to
Alpha leader.
like I know that like a person
I understand
technically
bullets
failed-
speed down when they hit bone and flesh and shit, but that was a big rifle.
We don't have it.
Well, I also
Terrorist
understand that,
assault
like,
attempted
technically,
diversion.
even if a
The real
person's
attack
heart
will spread the
stops,
virus
their, like,
globally.
brain consciousness might linger on for a little bit longer. But I'm sorry,
Let's check
if you
the
get
rear
shot
hangar.
in the
There's gotta be some
fucking
planes back
chest
there.
like that with a
Sir.
sniper rifle, the best noise you might be making is like,
You would be like, oh, you got me. No, you'd be like, you just drop on the spot.
This is HQ.
You wouldn't have like time to make a dramatic exit.
Telling the truth.
By the way, do you think she felt it when she hit the bottom?
Water not far from your location. Satellite imaging indicates that
yeah.
It's probably pretty bad.
It's imperative that you stop.
Because I'm pretty sure in the Ada campaign, she's actually not dead. Like, she turns into the boss fight in that level.
nice.
The bay's just up ahead. Hurry. Yes, sir.
I imagine we're towards the end of this section.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to hang around and find out. Come on.
This door requires 3 different passcodes.
God, a fucking fetch quest.
Password 1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Took him down.
You know what?
Password
I
2.
would not doubt that being like. I would not doubt that being a. Oh, fuck me.
It's kind of like that story up until when Trump was president. Our nuclear encryption keys were stored on floppy disks, and not even like the newer floppy disks. They were stored on like the really old floppy disks that were actually floppy.
Yeah.
From like the 70s. They were like the size of a book.
Yeah.
That like LGR would come over, but like
that barely held any
but,
fucking data.
Yeah, like literally kilobytes of data, not even a megabyte.
Alright, all we gotta do is keep shooting these guys until they die. I remember thinking that these guys were invincible.
There is something to be said about like having like important shit though on like hard copies and not everything digital.
Yeah.
Because like that's what Russia does, and I think there is like some legitimate like benefit to that, even though like obviously there's the drawback.
Yeah, that guy dropped
easily.
a bunch of points.
Honey.
Oh fuck! Steam. David.
What's
so much
cooking in the
steam.
kitchen?
Oh, is there something in the microwave? What the fuck?
Gordon Ramsay just infiltrated the kitchen. It's fucking raw! Fucking raw! Look at these! You know, I love Kitchen Nightmares, but do you think some of those places like knew they were gonna be on the show, so they played up like fucking like?
Oh, there ain't no doubt in my mind. Like, it's always been proven with like reality TV shows like that. Like, some of it's real, but a lot of it is like overblown. Like, a lot of it is like fake for like views, which I guess is okay. It was entertaining. Some of those places turned out to be a real success.
You know what the sad thing is though? Did you ever see the original version of that show where he was in England and it was a lot more like grounded? He did the narration and also like it wasn't like every place had comically bad food. Like most of the places he went to, it was just like real. It was. I think it was a lot more. It obviously even that probably had some level of being scripted, but it seemed a lot more like genuine.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I still don't doubt that the American Kitchen Nightmares wasn't genuine.
Was it? Yeah. But the British one, it definitely felt like there, like he didn't play it up as much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He still was like himself.
Then again, Americans are notoriously way more fucking stubborn when they're getting shown their ass. Even though they really should look at their fucking ass. Maybe there's a problem with it.
There might be a hemorrhoid.
There might be a... There's a hemorrhoid in your fucking ass! No, Gordon, that's not a hemorrhoid. That's a birthmark that just oozes and hurts a lot.
Let's get this thing open, Captain. I'm ready when you are.
Piers, I am a little busy, but I love your optimism.
Only one more to find.
What is this geometry dash ass fucking password system anyway? like I got the fucking like the symbol on the front of the Kama Sutra here. That fucking one symbol from what was that weird movie with the rabbit? Weird movie with the rabbit and the psychic children. I'm getting face fucked. I'm trying to think of its fucking name. I remember watching it because it wasn't very good. But it was a kid's movie, so fortunately as a kid you have to watch kids' movies even if they fucking suck ass and are weird as shit. Remember they had the vague inclination that like the savior of mankind who sent the rabbit back in time got fucking pistol executed by the feds.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
I'm trying to think of because the name of the rabbit was the name of the movie. It was a stuffed rabbit that got sent back in time to tell children, hey, don't start the apocalypse. and then all of humankind can become like super cool psychic dudes. Like at the end of the film, like a bunch of children were like psychically talking to their teacher and like flew off into the sky. It was super bizarre.
It was a kids movie.
It was a kids movie. And like one of the other plot points is like the fucking the fucking brother character was really good at like figuring out frequencies, I guess. So he taught a bunch of spiders how to make a bridge, like with web. And like,
is it animated?
No, it's a live action movie. And like, all the teachers are like, wow, this is really incredible. He's really smart for his age. And it's like, he taught spiders how to do stuff.
Was there any like famous actors or actresses in it?
I don't remember. Like, all I remember is thinking the kids were really fucking annoying.
Wow.
But that's hardly their fault. Child actors are rarely ever good, and usually if they're good, you know they got fucked up by Hollywood.
Yeah, that goes without. That's
yeah,
the sad truth of it all.
I really do hope those kids from It didn't get that. Then again, wouldn't it be fitting for the story of It? Kind of fucked up to think about, but like...
Well...
Kind of like... I'm kind of half searching this on my phone, like...
Yeah, I'm tempted to pull out my phone and start talking.
Oh,
but
fucking,
then I feel like
fucking Mimsy. That's what it's fucking called. Mimsy. That was the rabbit's name.
What year did it come out?
The Last Mimsy. Yeah, there's that fucking stuffed rabbit. Yeah, I got it now. It's super weird fucking movie, too. I'm gonna send you a picture of this thing. Getting fucked. God.
We're both getting face fucked.
Yeah, but it was like the Last Mimsy. It was like a really bizarre movie, like where these kids basically got this rabbit out of nowhere that was talking to the little girl, and like for whatever reason, only the little girl could hear it. But for some reason, like as they're fucking around with this thing, like in this like fucking like. This rabbit can open up portals and stuff too. Like they basically learn like I don't fucking know. It's hard to explain. Just get your toe touched by a hand and die.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but I'm gonna send you a picture of this. Maybe you've seen the box like before, or maybe you've not. But like, it's a super weird movie.
Sounds like
it's really fucking bad.
Like, is it critically panned too?
I don't think so. Let me see.
Yeah, that looks.
It's got 3 stars on IMDb. So.
Yeah, it's not like a 0. It's got like a. It's not like a. It's just like a mid review.
Well, like, look up the ending scene later, because literally, like, after they do what they do in the movie, which isn't really much, all they really do is, like, fuck around with the rabbit, figure out psychic shit, like, confuse all the parents and teachers, and then send it back to...
Michael Clark Duncan's in there.
Really?
Apparently.
I completely forgot he was in that movie. I miss him so much.
He was the FBI agent.
Right behind you.
Hope he got a good paycheck for that fucking disaster.
He probably did it for his daughter or something. He's notorious for doing stuff like that. That man was just a giant sweetheart.
Yeah, gentle giant.
Yeah, but
that one movie he was in, I can't. If I start thinking about it, then I'll get sad. The prison movie.
Oh, Green Mile.
Yeah.
Good movie.
What a depressing fucking movie.
For you right now.
Because you can't see me watch that movie because I'll legitimately.
It's a
cry
really
like
good
little
movie.
bitch. There's only a few movies that do that to me, and that's one of them.
Do you still cringe at the fucking electric chair scene?
I can't watch it. I have to look away
Like,
because I watched the first.
It's probably one of the
It's
most
just-
real depictions of like a fucking execution fuck up.
Well, and it's so fucking depressing too. It's like, it's one of those movies like Grave of the Fireflies where you have to watch it at least once
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's an amazing film. But it's a hard movie to watch. Which is actually like an ultimate compliment for a film that good. Like it's just so it's brutal.
There's good movies like The Green Mile, and there's bad movies like The Last Mimsy, which don't even fucking really make sense. Because like I said, as I was going through my little plot synapses, all they really do is learn some shit from the rabbit, then send it back to its own time, and all of a sudden, like the ending scene is like a bunch of like psychic like adults and children just flying around like they're fucking Superman or some shit. It doesn't make any sense. It fucking yeah.
Never better, Captain.
Now we get the fucking fighter jet shit.
Alright.
Hopefully this controls better. Oh, am I flying the plane? Oh dear.
Pre-launch preparations have already begun, and there's nothing we can do to stop it from here.
Oh no, a guy with an LMG.
If it hits,
What?
it's gonna be a hell of a lot worse than a normal warhead. And the only way we can stop it is by getting on that carrier. Got no choice. Okay, get ready. I'm going in.
Scoops! That totally hit. Totally hit too. Who are these fucking people like firing shit at me?
Gotcha.
Oh fuck!
Ah!
Oh shit!
We just need some first aid spray.
What are these walk-on squares even like? Oh, that's you. Okay, that's you aiming.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what's going on. I was thinking that like the green squares were supposed to be the things I was supposed to be aiming at.
How's the controls, by the way?
Very stiff. Like, if you can see my screen, it doesn't really look that bad because, like, it's just really slow. But it's really, really stiff. Like, I'm not, like, turning this shallow to be careful. It's just how stiff this plane steers.
All right, now we can stop that missile. Find a place to land, Captain.
HQ to Alpha.
When did they get their pilot's license, by the way?
Oh, they are multifaceted, I don't even fucking know. It would be really hard to, like, cross-train as a pilot,
Yeah,
I
it's like
bet.
fucking
Actually, probably not too hard.
Looks like my path is blocked. Nothing a little pyrotechnics can't take care of.
Well, it's at least an 18-month process. Flight school.
Oh, this is where I get my catharsis. That's the most bomb-looking fucking bomb I've ever seen. They probably stole that model from, what is it, Counter-Strike?
Probably.
Oh, can I only shift? Oh, I can only move back and forth.
Hey. Valve is developing a new multiplayer game that people have said is really good. It's in beta now. God, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like it's in closed beta. But it actually one of the like The Verge like broke like the beta and like went on there before they were supposed
Yeah,
to.
didn't they get like
And Valve
banned?
their-
Like,
Oh, I was laughing my ass off when that happened. I can't remember the fucking name of it. But the other rumor is that Half-Life 3 is like legitimately in
I will
development.
believe it when I see it.
Oh, fucking shit!
I'm trying. I was trying to get the snipers first.
Oh, I didn't realize that you. I thought I had to kill those cocksuckers.
Do you not realize that?
Wait, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm up in the fucking plane. Like I'm put.
You know, I'm chatting. I'm pressing buttons.
Yeah, look off to your after you get out of the cutscene. Like look off to your right. I should be right next to you. Oh, God
giant,
fucking
like,
damn it! Not one of these things.
Shit, this fight's about to get dirty.
It's about to get dirty. Like my finger after being 3 knuckles deep. In a plate of nachos.
Hurry it up here, we're running out of time.
These quick time events are so fucking annoying.
HQ to Alpha. Missile launch has been aborted.
Way to go, Pierce. Now get back to the plane so we can get out of here.
Oh my god.
Pierce, get to the crate. I'll pick you up. Hey, Captain, the odds are a little uneven down here. A little help?
I am shooting my guns.
He fucking got sucked into the jet.
Jeez, he just gets sucked into the turbine and they both go down. That's how I lost my third partner.
How in the hell? Dave, we knew we were trying to stop him.
We're out of time, Alpha. Permission to destroy the missile granted.
Damn it, that thing's in our way.
Kill it.
All right, Pierce, take out those missiles. Roger that.
Nice.
Teamwork is the dream work.
Oops. Ice. Game, you made me lose in a cutscene. I don't like it when you do that to me, game.
The city.
FOS, is anyone there?
FOS.
Chris Redfield with the BSAA here.
Hold on, I'm patching you through to Agent Leon Kennedy.
What?
What?
Leon. Leon, where are you?
Chris, we're just outside of Tachi. Why?
Get the hell out of there!
I love how vague that is. Like he's like, get out of there now. It's like, where do I go? Like, what's happening? Is there a bomb with like infection juice that's about to blow up over the city limits? Give me more information, buddy. How's the stream doing? Stream's doing good, it looks like. Oh, that's funny, Ray. I haven't even checked to make sure the audio's playing properly the entire time.
Hey, at least you didn't do what I did.
What's that? Like, forget to turn the game back on?
Yeah, it was about 12 minutes.
It's still a pretty fucking brutal cutscene, so I understand why they wanted to show it more than once.
Yeah. All right. Wow.
I think this universe's citizens just get tired of, like, seeing news stories where, like,
Things just
places
got bad.
get overrun by zombies.
It's almost probably like they're probably just apathetic towards it. It's probably just like the weather forecast. Like, oh, there's a good chance of bugging zombie.
I
outbreak
honestly
right now.
bet, in this universe, everybody in America owns a gun. Like, it doesn't even matter for what reason.
Yeah.
Wesker.
Hey, Benny, why you got an MG42 over there? It's for home defense.
I got it.
Okay.
On my way.
It's right.
Good. Thanks.
Leon, wait.
Hitler's buzzsaw. Good enough for the frickin' Yankees, good enough for the zombies.
Ada Wong is dead.
Yep, I'm sorry, Leon. Saw the hole blown right between her tits myself.
Sherry and Jake need you. Don't let him.
Meanwhile, Leon's just thinking to himself, you know, Chris, do you have any idea how many times I've been told or have seen Ada Wong die? She's fine.
Oh, look at that.
Hey.
The tables have turned. Now you're the more accurate one.
I also got an S rank. Nice.
Nice.
God damn. Alright, you ready to wrap it up?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
So I just hit the select button end game.
It's
Right.
not even called the select button anymore. It's got like a picture-in-picture symbol.
Whatever the fuck they call it, it's so fucking
Your
stupid.
daughter wants to watch Miley Cyrus like before she whored herself out as Hannah Montana. Yeah, but you still need to watch the football game.
I'm a creature of habit. I'm gonna call it the start and select.
It is easier just call it.
You
a
know what?
start
At
and
least, at least Nintendo. We'll even do it with the Switch. At least with Nintendo, though, they give like shapes with the plus and minus button.
Well,
like,
it's like the
least you
reason
can
why I
look at-
wonder though is because I don't even know what like they call it anymore. I just know everybody still probably calls it start and select.
yeah, there's like I think one was called menu and was called like share or tab or something. That's when they were like
one
doing
was
like
called
the fucking,
menu, the other was called disappoint your children because you don't know how the console works.
Yeah, well, in all honesty, that was when like that whole fucking paradigm was when the fucking Kinect shit was like. Remember because when Xbox One first launched, they forced the Kinect
Oh god,
on
yeah.
people.
I remember like there was a lot of weird peripherals that came with that thing too. Like if your living
Yeah.
space wasn't big enough to properly use the fucking thing, you had to buy like a camera lens that made the viewing window like smaller so it could like use a smaller space. It was super weird.
Yeah, you had to trick it. It was silly.
Of course, like the first thing that comes out about the Kinect, oh, it's having trouble picking up on black people.
Oh,
Turn the contrast up on that. We can't. It's a piece of hardware that we can't do anything to. We can't even edit the settings.
well, in some ways, that whole peripheral was like.
It was a cool
Like,
idea.
before its
It was
time.
like the PlayStation iToy. If you ever got to play
Yeah.
with that thing back in the day, but like
The problem is the sensors weren't like advanced enough, which is kind of
Yeah.
funny because do you know who ended up? I don't know if they bought the pen, but I think they might have like paid to use it. But like on the newer iPhones where it looks at your face, the sensors on that are basically the same. Like,
well, there was
like,
a lot of good
obviously more
technology in
advanced,
the
but-
Kinect, but it just didn't work very well. Like when they tried to
fact
make
that they
that Steel
forced
Battalion
it.
game, or what was that horror game that
Yeah.
was Kinect exclusive. But like
Well, I
all
think-
the
yeah, that's Kinect.
actions we were expected to take, it was like just do what feels natural. It's like that's fucking vague. Give me some controls.
The problem too was that like it on 360 it was an optional peripheral that was kind of like fun and experimental even though it was
Yeah.
flawed. The problem with Xbox One was it was $100 more expensive than the PS4 at launch, and it was because that stupid fucking it was forced. Like even if you didn't use it at all, you had to like it was part of the bundle, and like that and like Don Matrick fucking saying that the game like it was before they changed their tune on like the system where they said it was going to be always online, which basically ended up coming into fruition anyways nowadays. But like the fact that you couldn't like sell your games. Do you remember that fucking shit when they first announced the Xbox One? They said basically the games would be locked to your
Yeah,
profile. Even on
You'll
this
own
one.
nothing, and you'll like it.
Well, and like this was the truth of the matter. Sony was probably going to do something similar, but they seen the blowback. So then, like, brilliantly, Yoshida, Shunjay, I think his name is Yoshida, the Sony PlayStation guy, did that video like at E3 that year, where it's like how to share a game on PS4, and literally it was just like, here you go,
Yeah.
and they handed it. But then the ultimate irony was PS4, other than Bloodborne. Well, actually, I'll give the PS4
The
credit.
PS4 was a better
5
generation than the PS5 generation.
Well, yeah.
Censorship
And it's just
aside.
because censorship aside, like, people made fun of the PS4 for not having games, but by the end of that generation, like, the PS4 had a pretty good library.
Well, it's
But
like
the PS5,
PS4, the earlier games that came out for it, at least, like, basically were more feature complete and less messed with. But only as time went on and all the studios moved to California, then they started fucking with shit.
well, and I know that, like, even I was like, I didn't like how the direction it took, but like in hindsight, like even like a game like Killzone Shadowfall was like so much better than like some of the shit that came out on PS5. Killzone Shadowfall, actually, I seen I think Digital Foundry did a video on it. I actually want to give that game another chance. I was just so pissed off by that game because it was impressive graphically, and it still is today. But like, it was such a departure from the other Killzone games. But I watched a video on it, and it actually, like, I want to give it another chance because, like, once I put aside the fact that they kind of just, they should just call the game Shadowfall. They should have just completely took out the fact that it, like, a Killzone attachment to
There's
it.
already a
I
game called Shadowfall.
Oh, that might be true too.
But
honestly,
plus,
you know
it's
what?
the same
like,
issue with Hollywood. Did I ever send you that interview with No, it wasn't the interview with Kevin Sorbo. It was actually the Hot Ones with I think it was Ryan Reynolds. No, it was the one with Vince Vaughn.
Oh yeah, I've seen
But
that one.
like that one, he was like Vince Vaughn was actually talking about like why it's so fucking hard to make a brand new IP, and it's like because they're too scared to like make anything outside of an existing one. If you can tie it to like an existing IP, they'll let you like run that fucking project right to the ground, which is true from what we've seen. But like, God forbid you have an original fucking idea and you don't want to tie it to anything, Hollywood will go, no. Make it a Power Rangers movie. I don't fucking care. But it's a dramatic Greek Shakespearean epic. Yeah, and you can't put that in the Power Rangers. Why?
They can't even do retreads right for the most part. I mean, obviously there's exceptions to that, but you know, like I was just like, you know, I don't want to count out these companies. Like, I wish that, like, and maybe some of these like companies are finally waking up to it. Like, I wish that like Sony would be like, oh, you know what, we've got all these like older IPs. We should like just start like reaching out to like these Japanese studios, even though we burn bridges with them, and see if we can like get some of them back on like some of these old IPs we have, and like maybe they can come with new IPs too. But like, honestly, like if Sony actually started giving a shit and they like remastered, especially Killzone 2 and 3 on like newer hardware, because those games were already really great looking. But the problem was the PS3, like that generation, the one thing about that generation was that I'll say at least like the more recent generations have made an improvement on. The 360 and PS3 generations, with a couple of exceptions, had a lot of games that were really impressive, but like frame rate wise would like buckle under the pressure of those consoles because they were so like innovative, which wasn't a problem in the heyday. But like nowadays, like you could, with the hardware of these newer systems, just like porting the games and giving them like a more stable frame rate, because like that's what they did with Dark Souls, because Dark Souls is an amazing game, but like literally that game kind of like was more like pushed the systems at the time beyond their like pretty much to the max.
Yeah, the only reason why like Blighttown was such a fucking notorious like place with like really bad frame rate is because like I'm pretty sure with Blighttown, like everything up until the bottom is pretty much rendered, which means all the moving parts, all the little like wooden things that you can walk on, all the enemies, You know, like they didn't really
Yeah.
like. I'm pretty sure they just forgot to like cull everything you weren't looking at. Like in the remaster, they completely fixed Blighttown. I'm pretty sure, where it doesn't have
Oh,
nearly
yeah.
as bad
Well, even
frame
if
rate
you-
issues.
Well, even if you, and that's the one thing I'll say about Xbox that they did really well is when you play like the 360 games that are backwards compatible on Series X, they like it's at like most of them like they re-ups. Like I did that with Fallout New Vegas, dude. Like it renders it at 4K 60 frames, which that game was fucking janky as hell when it came. Like it's a great game, but like when that game was on 360, that game was fucking janky. But it's like, are they gonna like? Microsoft is weird because like they've done a lot more this generation with like supporting their older catalog of games than like Sony. But at the same time, it's like they're shutting down the 360 store, which okay, you know, I don't like that decision, but at least I can kind of understand it. But at the same time, it's like, you know,
Yeah,
these games need people
like
are
they need to be
people wanna
preserved
play-
in some way.
Yeah, and like I don't even like care about the piracy question. It's like there should be like some fucking, and I'm not one of these like big government people, but there legitimately should be like some kind of regulation that like if a company abandons like something like a game or a movie and doesn't give you a legal means to purchase it for more than a couple of years, like you can give them a window in case it's maybe like a company going through like, you know, financial woes or whatever. But like they should have a window, like if a, and this is like, this would even be like, not, I'm not saying public domain, but like then like an archive should get the rights to be able to like
I
preserve
would
it.
honestly
You know
rather
what I
it be
mean?
in the public domain.
Well, I also think public domain laws need to be reworked though in a way that like if somebody like if the Tolkien estate wants,
I just thought of a really funny hypothetical. What if the government sets up its own like ROM website with somebody trying to get like a cracked version of like the Daredevil game that never got released, but instead like they get a copy of like I don't know, fucking Polybius or something. It's just a brainwash machine.
You know, I know that that's kind of an urban legend, but you have to imagine that like one of those fucking,
at this
like,
point,
weird
I'm willing to
government
believe that
agencies-
any urban legend is real if it A, does not have enough conclusive evidence, but B, it also does not have enough conclusive evidence to the contrary.
Yeah.
I'm willing to say I just don't know. That's a cool thought experiment. What if, which the government fucking would, what if the government just made a game that made people get like really agitated, violent, and crazy? I wonder why the government would have reasons to do that. Oh, you
makes
see,
you
we
wonder.
have to like open up on this crowd with 556. Looks they're all crazy coming out of the video game arcades. Meanwhile, a bunch of kids are just fucking around with a fucking skee ball machine, and other dudes are like playing like Need for Speed or whatever in the background. Somebody shooting hoops. The one guy on the Polybius machine is
Hey.
like, "This game's fucking shit." He walks off.
So
And
there's
they just light it up.
pretty. So I don't know if you heard, but Final Fantasy 16 is coming to PC, and now it's likely that and the Final Fantasy 7 remake are both coming to allegedly, very likely coming to Xbox.
Nice.
And I've heard, I have Final Fantasy 16, and I still have to pop it in. I've heard that's an excellent game. Like it's a departure from, well, and 15 like was like that too. It's a departure from the previous entries, but like what it does is
I've heard 16
if you can-
is really good.
if you can buy into the premise of it being a darker, more mature Final
There's
Fantasy,
nothing wrong with that.
it's a really good game.
Do you remember some of the shit that happened in the other games?
Well, that's true. Well, and they came out, technically it's not the first M-rated Final Fantasy because they did Stranger of Paradise, which is like a spin-off, technically Final Fantasy 1 of all
Yeah.
things. And then there was Final Fantasy Type 0, which is a pretty fucking, like that game like opens up with like a fucking dying kid and a chocobo. It was pretty bleak.
Jesus.
I wish I wish that I don't know if you know, but like the Xenoblade series, they had a mech one on Wii U that's basically the only Xenoblade game that hasn't been ported or released on the
Yeah.
Switch, and it was a really innovative game. I'd love to see it like back. First of all, I'd love to see that game brought to Switch because like only 2 people.
Well,
in the Wii U
imagine
and
if
that
they
game,
got
like,
they gave that game like the
M rating.
well, not only just an M rating. Like I don't really care about that. Ratings are ratings because they just like to rate things. I don't really think
Well,
a
yeah,
game should
but
be
I like
judged by E, T, or M. But like, what if they gave like that game like a makeover, like the I can't fucking think of the name, Wind Waker. Jesus. Like you remember the remaster for that? That game was fucking beautiful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But Xenoblade, like I was saying, like out of the Xenoblade series, that game would have the best potential of having a sequel where they could go a little bit darker, like tone in terms of tone and story. Because like I know Nintendo just put out a Famicom detective game, a new one, which like the previous ones that they did like a remake of were like re-releases. I think they're rated like E10 and up or teen. But this is like, yeah, I don't like. I think rating system's kind of stupid too. But it is funny to see Nintendo like stepping out of their comfort zone and releasing. I think this is the first M-rated game that because they've published a few M-rated games like Bayonetta 3, but this is the first like in-house game since Eternal Darkness. I'm pretty sure that's M-rated, which gives me hope.
That got
like
lost to time, which is a crying fucking shame.
And now if you want it, it's like fucking like prohibitively expensive. But you know, you already own a copy of that game if you were ever to
why are we coughing?
GameCube into completely legal backups as allowed by copyright law. Listen, folks, it's been a hell of a stream. I gotta go get my furnace repaired tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna duck on out. But we'll probably maybe next weekend. I'm thinking we could wrap up the Chris Redfield storyline because this
maybe if my fucking blood inside my body doesn't decide to fucking evaporate and I just turn into a mist goblin. My DNA just unravels at the seams.
And then basically that'll be like Resident Evil in real life.
I just turn into that poor Weasley fucker from 5 that you kill on the boat that just turns into a wibbly wobbly monster. Actually, you know, somebody, I forget where I saw this meme, but somebody cracked a pretty good joke with this image. Like every single time these guys like just like inject themselves with basically the fuck you juice that makes you into a monster. Like what if they were to actually be able to defeat the protagonists of any of these games? What are they gonna do? Just go on living as a fucking monster? Like you're just this horrible giant abomination with boils and tentacles now, and it's just like, well, yes, I just do this thing.
Well, they could just call themselves Jim Sterling.
Jim Sterling injected himself with the T-virus.
Wow, quite literally.
The truth virus.
Oh boy! All right, we better
cut ourselves off before we dig too deep. We only almost made it to the 3-hour mark, though.
We got close.
Man. But hey, it's been fun. I had a blast.
Yeah. Well, look at that. That was the COVID cure.
I might change up the name of the stream a little bit when I post it to YouTube, but yeah, that was a blast. The second stream, I would say, is a success. Suffered succotash.
Hey, did I tell you what I call mine? It's it's Chris, which is the Woo Flu.
Oh boy.
All right, my dude. I can't say the other word because it got banned. You know, I'd be banned. But listen, Godspeed. Next weekend, if there isn't a zombie apocalypse, we'll probably. I don't mean like this weekend.
If I see like a fucking post on Twitter or something tomorrow, and I look out and I see just zombies roaming, I'm just going to accept my fate and be like, okay, I don't gotta go to work ever a fucking again. It's gonna be like, oh god, that one series, Psalm 100. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
Really
good.
fucking good, really fucking good. But like, I'm pretty much where that guy is right now. I'm working a fucking dead end job where all my bosses are either incompetent, don't care, or I don't even know. And I'm just basically wasting myself away on a grindstone that is as uncaring as them. And I'm like, you know what? I could do with the end of the world right now. I could do with just not going back to work ever again. Not
It's
that I
the
actually want
end
that,
of
because
the
in reality,
world
that
as we
would
know
be
it.
so much less fun than the show. But just what if?
Wow. Look at, I'm gonna send this to the Chud chat. Look at this Hyundai that they say that it's gonna come out at some point in the next couple of years. And the only problem is I hate when concept cars end up looking like a fucking disaster. But let me just send this. Can you imagine, like, if this actually comes out in the next few years, this
Well,
Hyundai?
look at this,
That looks
and then
sick.
I'm gonna end the stream.
Let me-
I for
pull
a
up on
split
my-
second thought that was a DeLorean for a sec.
Let me put. I'm just gonna put it up on mine.
That just looks like one of the cars you would get in Cyberpunk.
Yeah, somebody said that. What the? Why the fuck do I got Bing on here?
Big. I don't know. Is Bing an ineffective
Not bad.
like search engine? Like, I remember all the commercials
Not
back
any
in the
worse.
day.
It's not any worse than Google at this point.
Could be a whole lot better. All right, I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
All right, have a good one, folks. You have a good one too,
Peace out,
Fred.
buddy.